that sounds good. That low grooming represents the plague, ravishing the town. Oh, it sounds great. Okay, tell me how that sounds. Okay. How about now? Okay. Thank you very much for your help. Now, let's actually start. New profile.
I am Daniil Dankovsky, Bachelor of Medicine. All my life I have been studying death, the greatest boundary holding humanity back. The powers that be were frightened of my search. My lab in the capital was about to be closed. But it cannot be denied that some phenomena might be found only in the strangest, most remote parts of our country. Little towns that are yet to be explored by forward-thinking minds. People accept the supposed imminence of death way too easily. We meekly follow our life's path to it, like cattle to the slaughter. But we shouldn't. My search for immortality has brought me rumors of one, Simon Kane, a supposedly immortal man living in one such town. He might be just the proof all my theories need. The final patient. I need to find him, or else all my life's work is doomed.
I do miss the old voice actor of The Bachelor. Thanatos isn't a bad choice, but the original one was really good. Now then. Mind map. By thoughts, conclusions, deliberations. To see the events of a specific day, press its number on the circle. Wait, day 1. Thoughts first. Immortal man. Simon Kane, an alleged immortal, lives in this town. Understanding him is the only way to save my Thanatica. Are you chasing shadows again, Dankowski? Are you serious? I barely stepped off the train and my things were immediately stolen. Ah, the joys of rural life. Without my tools, I'm useless. I must find the prototype and the microscope. They are vital. Let's get to it then. I say, a living, breathing person stepping off our train. Why are you staring at me like a cow at a new gate? My luggage is being stolen in plain sight. Right. Do you city folk always take 20 trunks of shirts with you? Did you manage to cut down to 10, sir? Let's see. Doesn't matter how many I took with me if they're getting stolen within the first minute. 8. Though I had to sit on the last one. Where can I find constabulary? A constable. Who do I talk about covering my stolen property? Shirts, you dimwit, my equipment's in there. Do you even know what a microscope is, let alone the one-of-a-kind anti-dispersion device prototype? You're a street sweeper, as I can tell from your broom. Do you not live to wake up people early and twist urchins' ears? Help me catch them. What a personable person Daniel Dankowski is. Let's go with, doesn't matter how many I took with me, if they're getting stolen within the first minute. It's just kids being kids. No need to be mean to them. I must get my luggage back. Losing my instruments is like losing my arms. Worse than losing my arms. I'm telling you, hands off the kids. You're new here, fresh off the train. You're new in town, so watch yourself and heed our customs. No constable or patrolman will chase after children for you. No street sweeper either. Are you serious right now? Why not? Because the kids have their own thing going. Their own empire, you see. I'm not going to mess with it. If you find someone to do it for you, it's your funeral. Or rather, theirs. Though they wouldn't get a funeral. The tower would simply break them. What tower? The polyhedron. Well, that surely clears it up. You know what? If you need your shirt so badly, why don't you go looking for the tots that ran away with them? Just ask them nicely. These kids are like magpies. They'll trade your precious linens from the capital back in exchange for bits of colored glass, or even just a story. But whatever you do, don't hurt them. I have plenty of stories to tell, but usually they involve vivisections. I suppose kids do like that sort of thing. Faye, is capital a real place? What kind of a question is that? It came from the capital and made our town. The Canes came from the capital and made our town. But no other real people have come from there ever since. So I was thinking, perhaps Simon Kane simply made up the capital, along with everything else. What do you mean they made your town? In a small town like yours, a single individual's authority can grow to be all-encompassing. I assure you, though, Kane did not make up the capital. Reasoning. Sometimes you need to take a step back from the moment and think logically through something. Help me piece the picture together. Out of warm milk and some suitcases are missing. No one will help me, I'm useless without my tools. Perhaps I'll cover something tight along the way, I'll have to handle this myself. Follow this trail for suitcases. Microscope and prototype matter the most. Utopia. Such a serene place. If immortality still exists in our country, it would be here. No help at all. Locals treat children with a strange difference. I'll have to catch the thieves myself. New shoes. May I introduce you to Station Mud. Some objects can be useful. I can spot them easily if I concentrate. Some thoughts will affect your mental state. Suitcase. Bromide increases inhibition in the cerebral cortex, which is to say, dulls one's brain. Sometimes you need just that. Addictive, less effective with every use. Thoughts? Should at least look up him, you know? I wasn't expecting a welcoming parade or anything, but... Ah, sweeper. A classical element, provincial scenery. People. Let's content at those backs. Don't expect help from them. There's someone over there. Hello. You don't greet guests with that look in your eyes. With that look in your eyes, you bid farewell to last night's dreams.
If only I could leave this place and go far away.
Don't we all? So that's what you're like. Like what? You're restless. We hardly see anyone like that in our sleepy little town. Even the Canes have gone into hibernation as the years passed. How would you know what I'm like? I only just arrived. Your lips are tense, and you have the hands of a man who can't sit still. Besides, Simon told me to take a close look at you, and I always listen to him. Simon? Simon Kane? Simon Kane. He left you in my care, said you'd be staying at my house. Oh, it has a name, the Stillwater, and this won't be the first time it's had guests, but most don't last long. I think you will, though. I've already prepared everything. Oh, I see. Well, nice to meet you. Likewise. Shall we? Why the hurry? Don't you want to find your belongings first? I won't disappear. I'll be waiting for you at home. Ah, right. My belongings. Thanks for the reminder. Oh. She's been added to the mind map. Ever. Simon was expecting me. A plate was prepared at Stillwater, the guest house, as far as I can tell. Actually, no, go with Eva. Like the robot from Wall-E. Who's that lady over there? The Inquisitor? Bit early for her to show up here. Backwards, mindless, meaningless vandalism. Francis medical texts, gutted like fish. Worse than stealing morphine, just empty destruction of by literate punks. No discipline, no toothbrush either. Father would have caned me if I walked around looking like that. Hey, eyes on us. The thief's seen us. The thief. Mr. Thief, are you for real? Say something in thief speak. Fer fernum, cognito sit. The Latins never minded taking what was not theirs. Thief! Thief! Stole the train's heart, you did. Just ripped it out and stole it, and now it'll die without a heart. Many creatures in this world survive perfectly well without hearts. A train, I believe, belonged to the order Brassica Elitellata, worms. They don't need hearts. Are you stupid, mister? Worms don't look like that at all. They have arms, and legs, and a forehead, and two hearts, one in his chest and one in his wife's. Worms don't have wives. You're not just a thief, but a dummy too. If worms don't have wives, then who does the dances? Who makes the grass grow? You think it grows by itself? Listen, boy. Enough jokes for today. I've come to this town on important business, which I cannot conduct without my microscope and my prototype. Please, return them to me. Hey, hold on. No need for all the begging and the politeness. What did it even do to you anyway? I didn't take nothing. It was all Jekka. My microscope and my prototype are precise, delicate instruments. If they break, they'll only be scrap metal and glass, and they'll just die, like the train. You don't want that, do you? I don't. Then tell me where Jekka's taken them. Jekka's taken the heart back to go fix the train. That way, to its face. Am I a snitch now, Mr. Thief? No. A snitch is someone who runs off to inform without being asked to do so. You're an honest witness. I doubt that'll hold up in prison, but hopefully it doesn't go there. Bromide spilled open. My head splitting open from the local air. Lithium split open. Magnesium split open. Damn it all to hell. Mania's rising. Didn't bring heaps of leaves. Most fragile ones didn't break. Oh, that's something. Tobacco, beetle, Camphor Alien Extract. Suitcase on the bottom isn't mine. If you wanted to jaw on the car, they could have at least left the suitcases. The fragile ones didn't break. Very calm atmosphere. They didn't touch the chemicals. Thankfully my analysis kit is safe. Could have accidentally drunk the vitriol. Bullet. Coffee? More bromide. I'm suddenly going faster. I think it's because of my high mania. Camel. Or calomel. A universal medicine made of mercury chloride. Cures everything minor, restores the body. Alchemists of old were wise to respect this strange liquid metal. Good to have. A shame. All the perfumes of the capital would not sweeten this little town. Mania is peaking. Steady now, Dankovsky. Find a sedative. Yes, take drugs like a normal person. Water. Belladonna. And some more drugs. Could have traveled lighter. What if I never get the chance to go home? Hey, back off you. Get away from the girls. And from me, too. I ain't afraid of Uncle Ron when he boozes up. I ain't afraid of you neither. I've got a knife. You can't hurt us, got it? My nerves are hanging by a thread this thin. Do you want to see what happens when it finally snaps? Your hand's just shaking. You've got those crazy eyes. Uncle Rowan gets those eyes too, when he reaches for a second bottle, and the shakes, and then he picks fights. Don't even think about picking a fight with me. I got a real knife, I do. Wait, hold on. If I look like that Uncle Rowan of yours, that means I really do need to cool down first. Give me a moment, I'll take a breather. Frightening extreme. It's hard for me to talk to people when I'm too apathetic or manic. I need to stabilize my condition first. The drugs. Hit swing. My state of mind can be changed with drugs. Some make me more apathetic, others more manic. I need to keep an eye on my mental state and supply of drugs. Nervous tension makes me go. Let's take some bromide, shall we?
The clock's hand comes to a standstill.
There. Nuh-uh. Said quiet already. A dead heart keeps beating 40 days. That's what my mom says. Couldn't have been dead that long. Do it. Tack it on. It won't fit in there. It just won't. Told you we could have stuck it in the belly, not the mouth. Life's in the belly. Everyone knows that. Nope. Locomotive's life's just in front, with the driver. That's where the fire is, so the heart should be too. That's what. What do you got there? Ah, my prototype. Looks like it's still intact. Ah, be gone, vile snake. You killed the other trains, didn't you? It's because of you they don't come to us no more. We were wondering, and we didn't know why they kept dying. We got a whole graveyard. We're all rusted up. They can't go anywhere. It's all because of you. You stole the train's heart for yourself and carried it away in a suitcase. Now the train's all dead. What gave you the idea that my prototype is a train's heart? Well, it's made of iron, isn't it? And it's round. And if I tinker with it, it ticks. That means it's a heart. Train's heart. Yes. Or a pocket watch. Without it, the train stopped wailing, stopped moving too. That means it's dead, so this is its heart. Obvious, right? I don't know how to make you all understand my prototype has nothing to do with the train. Look, they're made of different metals. Well, you know, a man doesn't look very shiny on the outside either, and inside he's all red. No, he's right. The body has different layers, but all the meat is made of meat. That's what Grandpa Bourras said. Look, my prototype is not the train's heart, and it certainly won't repair it. But it is an interesting thing in of itself. So let's make a deal. You give it back, and I'll tell you how it works. I don't know. There will be corpses in the tail. A whole pile of them. These corpses, were they stabbed or strangled? The kin must never cut. They only strangled. So if they were stabbed, kin didn't do it. Look here. Let me take the prototype. I won't run away, I promise. To wind it up, you need to turn this handle clockwise. Loving the presentation so far. The capital, 2 weeks ago. Hello, plague noise, my old friend. Who are you?
A little birdie hops along the path of doom, yet sings its song.
Let me decrease my size just a little bit so I don't obscure the characters too much. There we are. To prime it, hold this crank and turn it clockwise. Chief? Hello? Oh, for crying out loud, your mind's flown away again. Prime the what now? This morgue is swimming in a gas leak from Lab 102. I heard the alarm. That's right, I pulled the alarm, because of the chlorine from Lab 102. Anyway, the crank is stiff, so you'll have to turn it with some force. Clayton, are you crazy? There's a gas leak. What did you call me in here for? We have to seal the morgue and evacuate. Quickly. No, Daniel. What we have to do is load that prototype you're fiddling with, and use it to get into the morgue. A woman rose from the dead in there, and it will be, I think you'll agree, extremely frustrating if she dies again. We must get her out. Risen. From the dead. I was collecting tissue samples to determine the onset of rigor mortis when I heard a noise. I turned around and... holy smokes! A woman was sitting up on the gurney, stiff as a poker, rasping her throat. I started towards her, but then I smelled the gas and pulled the alarm lever. So why not get her yourself? Why call for me? We don't have a second to waste. What do you mean, call for you? I fetched the prototype and I was loading it in when you came in. You're more dexterous than I am. You do a better job. But I'm willing to do it if you want. The best of us get sent into the gas. We learned that back in Barzin. What should I do with this device? This prototype, I think you call it? I already told you, but fine, let's go over it again. You're holding an experimental prototype meant to dissipate tuberculosis miasma. Remember the consumption task force? Kaufman, Gorski, Anna Stein. Of course I remember. In the wake of Bazen, they were commissioned to make a device to dissipate miasma. But I believe it was meant for something other than tuberculosis. This magnificent gizmo disperses an aerosol of disinfectant. First, you load the prototype. This bottle of solution in the beige cabinet. Best set it on the table while you load it. You can't do it while you're holding it. I wonder if this will work against chlorine, though considering it was designed for mustard gas. Actually, let me quickly move myself to the right here beneath the text. I think that'll look better. There we go. The crank is stiff, right? So I have to turn it with some force? How'd you guess? And then I just release the contents into the gas. Correct. Wind up the crank, then release. The gas should dissipate, theoretically. Wind, release, dissipate. Repeat until you reach our resurrectee. Just remember, the chlorine will keep coming while our supply of solution is finite. Just try to be as efficient as possible, Chief. And what about the deceased woman? Where is she now, and in what state? The formerly deceased woman, Chief. Before the gas became too thick to see through, she was sitting on a gurney at the opposite end of the morgue. From there, I know as little as you do. She may have gone back to being deceased. The chances are infinitesimal, but if we really are dealing with a spontaneous resurrection, and if we lose the patient, I'm going to commit some crime against humanity. Pneumatics with mechanical priming. The longer I hold the crank, the stronger the effect. Where's the miasma in front of it? Operating range is supposed to be decent. One load is good for 20 uses. Need to spend fluid wisely. The more corridors is like a maze. Required ingredients are readily available, at least in the Institute. To load the prototype, I need a stimulant, an anesthetic, and a toxin. First thing we teach lab assistants. The best stuff is in the beige cabinets. It should be in there. Evaporate, residue goes into the prototype. Add ingredients one by one into the setup, and heat it up. Heat, then opens the valves. Should be enough for 20 uses. Yes, load the prototype. I think I get the gist. Anesthetic, stimulant, toxin. This thing. Load the prototype. Prototype successfully loaded. Should be good for a little longer. Well, look like the charge.
We're running terribly low on mice. And the mice themselves are a little feeble, lacking in enthusiasm.
Very cool, very cool. Now then. 19. 80. 70. 60. 50. Made it. Spontaneous resurrectee. Are you death? You have death's eyes. Give me your hand. Talking can wait. At the end of the tunnel, there's a second tunnel. Don't speak. You'll inhale even more poison. At the end of the tunnel, there's a second tunnel. What does that mean? It means that when you die, there's neither life nor death, but something else entirely. Like a coin falling on its edge, or a Mobius strip. You shouldn't concern yourself with such things, though. Can I have my prototype back? Take it. It spins all boring. Clockwise only. Grandpa Simon has clocks that spin every which way. Besides, the train's already dead. Couldn't save it in time. Grandpa Simon? You mean Simon Kane? I'm here to meet him, actually. We've only got one grandpa between us. Is he really immortal? I'm sick of this game. Go away. We're gonna play cat in an old hat. We still have time before the sun sets. Wait, what about my microscope? I'll trade you another tail for it. We didn't take your microscope. Where is it then? The prototype is in my right hand. The microscope is my left. Oh, he's my right hand. The microscope is my left. I can't collect data without it. The dogheads must have taken it. Khan Nopkin got a deal. All the war spoils get split down the middle. They don't care about hearts. Not in any of their many faces. Why would they need another one? What does your microscope do? Is it alive? A microscope is a kind of metallic pipe fitted with lenses. You use it to look at small objects, and it makes them large and detailed. Oh, a kaleidoscope! Just look at the colorful town. You can do it like Capella? You know the word kaleidoscope? Oh, and defenestration. Mr. Merrick used it when Fomano Yon threw Uncle Rowan out a window. So, as it stands, you pass my belongings along to some other gang. I need to go get them to get my microscope back. Am I right? Khan must have given it to Capella as a gift. Are you stupid? She hates kaleidoscopes after what happened to that stained glass. No, Khan wouldn't have given it to her. If it's something that changes things when you look through it, he must have given it to Grandpa Simon. Grandpa Simon loves things like that. Khan wouldn't give it to anyone, not before he looks at it himself, or after, either. But he's honest, even if he's wicked. He'd give it back to the owner if you find him in town. He'll deal fair. Where can I find him? Well, if they brought your microkaleidoscope into the polyhedron, you won't see it again. No use looking there. Try the stairways to heaven. The dogheads like them. Think they look like polyhedron. There's one right here, in the mall. You know, after this conversation, with its capellas, cons, polyhedrons, I'm beginning to see the shape of the world you live in. It sounds complicated, but it can't be worse than human anatomy, can it? Lore dump that people who have not played the previous game will have no idea about. Let's see. Got the prototype. In the capital, it just seemed like an amusing trinket, but I'd hate to lose a unique invention, especially one so dear to Titan. Lost the microscope. The second tool was stolen by a different gang of children. I'll have to search the town for it. Not the guided tour I had hoped for. That's a prototype in there now. They're not bashing it against the rocks at least. Well, not anymore, it's not. Rock. Fresh lips, rich color, sharp suffocating smell. Is this drawn into the cinnabar? Really? My salvation lies ahead, as do my belongings. There's no way back. Body still warm. A precise cut, more akin to surgery than murder. Surprisingly, for a man like this, he was sober. Stabbed in the stomach. Gutted. Just like my books. Holy mother of smokes! A woman! Jacob Sturck. Carrick. And what was his name? Bertie. Bertram. Such a harmless fellow he was. Never hurt a fly in his life. And the Ripper slashed him to ribbons like the rest of them anyway. The brute. We must give these unfortunate souls the proper burial they deserve. And find the Ripper, and give him a burial befitting a beast. Kulik. Good. Do not act rashly. Give Carrick to me. I'll pay you back in kind. In herbs. In blood. I don't mean to alarm you, but you have holes in your dress the size of another dress. Are you crazy? Why are you looking at her? Why are you even speaking to her? Be gone, witch. You, Tenai, do not speak to me, stranger. I have come begging for food to give Suok, begging for tears to give Mother Botho. I speak to the blood of Udur, of our town. You are not our blood. My eyes do not see you, stranger. My ears do not hear you. Suok, Mother Botho, Udur. But before you ask, no, I don't need to write down your words. I have an excellent memory. No, as like the other option. The Ripper's come to town. A father killer, Burah. He was always a wild one. And that Mara Shabnak lay with him at the step and whispered things in his ear to make him water the earth with blood. As soon as he got off the train, he went on his murder spree. Killed Jacob Sturck. Killed Carrick. Killed the Hans Bertie. He's a monster. And people scoff at me for saying our lands abound with analytical minds. Did you deduce all that from simply inspecting the corpses, including the fornication in the step? Everyone knows her marks. If the victim's chest was ripped open, Shabnak told the killer where to strike. If a person lashes out like a beast, it's her holding their leash. And if you see handprints in the earth instead of footprints. For you today, hear me out, blood of my Udur. Suok sings of a fierceness, a sharpness, beside the one you call Kirik. Give his body to me. He is dead to you anyway. You will bury him, and he will rot away until nothing is left. I will bury him, and Suok will eat him, and drink his savagery and his sting, and sing an upene, dun, an herb song in gratitude. She'll give us twi, and will brew us lots of twiring. She will give us ashen swish, the harshest of the herbs. Bye, keblebdeb. Let me try that again. Telineb. There we go. The words of the steppe people are always a bit tricky to pronounce. Ashen swish is a cruel herb, a bad herb. It thrives on blood and spite. Suok sings that we will need plenty of switch soon. Yours is a burial into emptiness, but mine will be a burial into Suok's womb. I am at your feet, Heyin. Kunnund, good people. Give me the one you call Kirin. Should we give her the body, maybe? He didn't seem to have any family, but without them in the picture, I guess it doesn't matter if we bury him, or the kin do. Who knows? Suppose we do get a great crop of twire. Are corpses used as fertilizer often around these parts? But they aren't just going to use him. They'll desecrate him until not even Shabnak can recognize what's left. That's what you're doing us. That's what you're doing to do, isn't it? Going to do, minor typo though. Isn't it, step girl? Say it, and don't you dare try to lie to us. I am at your feet. Heyin, Kunud, good people. I promise there will be no desecration. We will take his name, so it holds his sharpness no longer, and we will lower him into Suok's womb. Everyone will forget him, forget the wicked murderer Kurik, and only Ashen Swish will remain. I knew there was a catch. Wicked or not, you can't just bury a person without their name. Everyone has the right to be remembered, if nothing else. But he really was a wicked man. The rare time someone remembers him at all, they never have anything good to say. Perhaps it's for the best if everybody forgets him. You could at least ask her to stand up. This is awkward. Let's hand over the body. I'd rather avoid a falling out with the kin. It'll only lead to more trouble down the line. What do you think, stranger? You certainly look important. Maybe you have some brains to back it up. Once a person dies, their body is no more than a collection of molecules and tissues. Any opportunity to put it to some use is a stroke of fortune. Corpus non est templam. Thank you, stranger. Bayala. Death came to this town today. Such great death, the likes of which has never been seen before. Today will be a fearsome day. Tomorrow, even more so. And on the third day, fear itself will die. And without Ashen Swish, we will die too. I have to say that all these prophecies are making me uneasy. Ripper, a murderer came to town alongside me. Luckily, I'm prepared to fight death in all its guises. Golem of Bones. The locals believe in a Shabnak. Murder a step golem in the guise of a woman. It's like I've stepped out of time and not just traveled far from home. Corpses always attract the same kind of swarm. Gawkers. I already know from the previous game that these lovely gentlemen down here were the first to attack Burach, and not the other way around. Got what they deserved, honestly. Simon was expecting me. My pace was prepared at the Stillwater, the guest house as far as I can tell. Oh, I can't get over that. Coffins. You can never have too many coffins. They're imported here. Why? I suppose there aren't many trees in the steppe. Birdies, birdies, gather ye here around the marble nest. I didn't expect to find an ordinary girl behind this pile of coffins. One grief. I despise hustlers and courtroom vultures. The Academy adores them.
Yeah?
Would you look at that? A customer. Keep walking, customer. This shop's appointment only, and I don't recall your name on the list. From a distance, they looked just like coffins. What did? It looked like a giant bird was nestling by the train. Birdies, birdies, gather ye here round the marble nest. Can't recall where that quote is from. It's from the demo. That's quite a bird indeed. Small in stature, but great in spirit. Hell, I like you. You're lucky he likes you. He's a handy acquaintance. We've got plenty of shops in town, but our warehouse keeper here can get it for you wholesale. Just look at those boots he snagged. Scarlet. He has a very pretty face. They're pretty. Are they from the capital? From a coffin. A coffin's the best way when you need a chest. A checkpoint guard wouldn't dare open it up, out of respect. It's inhumane. Meanwhile, this is overflowing with hundreds of pairs of Scarlet Safano leather boots, tax and duty-free. So you smuggle contraband in coffins? You a tax inspector? I can't imagine a duller job. Keep your nose out of other people's coffins then. Once someone goes in, who knows what happens? Maybe they never died. Maybe they never existed at all. Do what you want, but these boots are no Safano leather. My map. Wraith. This town lives on imports, so here the warehouse keeper is king. He says the contents of coffins are not always what they seem. I wonder. I miss the atmosphere of this game. Of Pathologic. Story save. I hate filth. Oh, the mind is affected by interactions with specific objects. They are easy to spot if you enter concentration mode. I hate filth, garbage, decay. The still operating rooms no longer give me answers. Okay.
As if things are animated.
What a sane response. Push.
Misophonia, Denkovsky.
I remember going back into a children's playground when I was much older and looking around. Remembering how big everything used to look when I was younger. I wonder if Daniel feels the same. Ooh, things are getting funky. Children have rats. But I've read about invisible marmots, that carriers of contagion, adults have bulls. Aw, it's cute. Dignitaries fear assassination attempts. The patient dies in the sanitarium over. In the capital, they block roads for ministers. Strong, foul, stinking tobacco. While in the capital, decadents smoke belladonna. Very judgmental fellow, Dankovsky. What a handsome bull you are. Oh yeah, definitely. I like the way the language sounds. Burach, my good little bull, blunt mouth, broad furrow, please forgive us. You're silly, Hazer, and you always have been. He's returning to Bostoko, to Botro. We are leading him into the bosom of his mother and father. Why are you asking him for forgiveness? Because Bostoko is dead, Eina. This little bull's whole life didn't know that the most beautiful creature, the immortal Bostoko, was waiting for him. And now that he knows, Bostoko is dead. Bura will find his father's silent corpse. How can we not pity him? Who died? Bostoko, the father of all Patang, people and bulls. We ask Suo to bring him back. You're the silly one, Ina. Suo didn't eat Bostoko. How could she? He's bigger than her, stronger than her. The immortal can't be killed. He chooses death himself. We asked Bostuhoch to change his mind and come back to us, his children. What a coincidence. You are burying an immortal, and I came to study one. All immortals are one immortal, Gary-kun, for death is always one. Therefore, the immortal is always one. So, what happened to Boztuor? Boztuor is the father of all Katang, people and bulls. Or, how can I explain? We brides walk barefoot, so we can always hear his heart. Tonight, it stopped beating. His children are afraid without their father. We asked him to respond, but I feel he has died. A fang or a claw was thrust into him. I feel the wound bleeding. Rust has soaked into him. I feel the rot squelching underfoot. Quiet, both of you. You know nothing. Boztuor can only die from gloom. We will cheer him up, feed him, and show him our joy. We will bring the last Erox to his bosom. Then he will remember us and return to us. Ah, so the secret to immortality was to smile and to put aside sorrow. Joy is life, Garakun. Laugh at funerals, dance when it hurts. Death is a second name for sorrow. Mother Bozho is a blind, loving mother, the warmth of the earth. But Boztuok not only bore us, he watched over us. We lived under his watch. Now the town is without a beholder. Azlanga, Kun. We're all blind worms now. Muga, Muga, bad. A worm is a worm. A human is a human. A human is meant to see, to build. Look around, beholder. What do you see? You haven't looked closely. Go further. See our celebration. Look at the last Aurochs. What do you see in all this? Tell Hula afterwards. Well, at least it's pleasant to look at your girls. The beautiful movements. Always like the they dance on the as they dance their dress tears, and as their dress tears, so too does the earth, and its roots blossom with herbs. Fire. That can be made into a local drink. Fire it. To study them. Truly, astonishing phenomena can be found in remote corners of our country. Still be found. It's approaching as a common condition. They tied ribbons all over town and incense burns everywhere. This is just what the steppe smells like. Hello. My eyes touch you, beholder. What was that? I just saw some sort of... What did you see, beholder? I saw rot and plague miasma spreading from a carcass, and a sanitation squad burning it with fire. That was tomorrow. That will be yesterday. Was the bull in the square some sort of parable? Was the bull in the square some sort of parable? So you're a parrot as well as a worm. Birdies, birdies, gather ye here round the marble nest. Yes. exhaustive. Thank you for your vision, beholder. You see more widely than others. We will remember this. If you see something else unexpected, don't be afraid. It's just the eyes adjusting to our current place in time. Keep moving forward. Pity the Academy thinks otherwise. Nothing like being medicated and getting spontaneous visions of possible futures. Yes, I'm sure this is a recipe for a fantastic mental health. I just imagined. Why is she drawing my thoughts? Don't be adjusting to the climate. Perfectly healthy children. What devilry am I imagining? We jest, but the anger keeps growing. An unbearably melancholic, drawn-out creep. Swings.
I wouldn't want to find myself in your shoes, but you seem to like them quite a lot.
Hello, Mark Immortal. I see you also have a different voice actor from the previous game. A shame. Ah, there you are. Finally. I thought you'd forgotten our agreement. I hope you're ready. Have you memorized your lines? I don't have time to read any lines. I'm trying to get my microscope back. Have you seen any kids conspicuously carrying luggage? I take no joy in seeing another player who likes to improvise. Your charge is but to read your lines and not invent them. Wait, is this really the guy? Looks about the same, but the outfit's all wrong. Did our guy wear a coat? His costume is more suited to an antagonist. Funny. Fashion advice from a man in a bird suit. Looked in a mirror lately. What delightful cheek. Never have I seen such arrogance all in one person. Sir, you are just what the doctor ordered. I am Mark Immortal, director of the local theater. Pleased to meet you. And you are? Daniel Denkovsky, doctor. Just arrived from the capital. Magnifico! You see, the actor we've been waiting for an eternity for has decided to sabotage the rehearsal. You would do us a massive, titanic favor by replacing him, even if just for a little while. Of course, I'd be delighted to. I've dreamt of acting on stage since I was a boy. What must I do? Ah, perfecto. It is simple, and indeed natural. You need only react to your colleagues' lines, and thus create a scene of unbearable dramatic tension. The performance is quite simple. The main character has just arrived in a remote town and, quite accidentally, stumbled into a curious rehearsal in which his fate will be decided. Who knows? Perhaps he'll die at the end. I am ready. Is that all you have to say? Why do you stare at me like that? I see it in his eyes. His mind is looking for a line to mumble. I say we start the scene with a backhand across your face. I say again, he is no leading man. He is unfit to play even a villain. At best, a background player, a body, standing there to fill the stage. It is the step healer's son who ought to take the role, or that young girl who crawled out of her grave. They have such pathos and such verve. What does this one have? A coat? Is the rehearsal already starting, or is he just casually insulting me? Wonderful! The hero was lost. He no longer sees the boundary between his life and the play, between speaking and reading his lines. Keep going. This is the beating heart of our play, the blur between reality and fiction. Let me read the script. So, the main character, a doctor and a skeptic, encounters the unknown for the first time. He built his whole life around empiricism and scientific inquiry. What will he do when death addresses him directly? But this isn't literal, right? A hero in a play speaking to death or the dead is usually a metaphor, an illustration of his thought process. Well, if it makes it easier for you, we can say it's a metaphor. Play it ambiguously. Leave the audience guessing. But wait, I don't want to be a metaphor. I was promised I'd be the true voice of the dead. What kind of a spoil sport ruins a play like this? I told you we couldn't hack it. That's it, I'm out. Metaphor. And you, I see, are never happy with anything. Sounds like a failed actor to me. Excuse me, Dankovsky, why are you insulting a colleague? I don't recall him making it personal, unlike you. That was hurtful, alright? I think we should stop here. What? He's been insulting me the whole time. Doesn't like my lines, doesn't like my coat. He wasn't insulting you, but your character. I thought you could tell the difference. And I thought you were deliberately blurring that difference. No script and no characters, because the dictatorship of the author and traditional narrative structures is reactionary. He spoke in a random combinations of syllables. I was lured into a student art performance once. Never again. Theater is just a relic of the past. Cinema is the real future of art. The poor man must be drowning in sweat, an oppressive costume but quite bulky. More bird metaphors. This town is decorated with red paint. The game loves to break and bend the fourth wall. Let's see how far that goes. The world's a stage. Oh no, the big city immersive theater and fourth wall breaking gimmick infiltrated this place as well. One aspect of progress I'd hoped to escape. Aha, one of the impossible staircases. Hello. If you could travel through time, would you go to the future or the past? The past. 10 years ago, maybe, when everything could still have been prevented. Grandpa Simon used to say that days are like hopscotch. Usually they go one after another, but sometimes there's two side by side, and sometimes you have to jump backwards. Does Simon Kane know many games? He's the only grown-up who gets games. Everyone thinks they're just silly things for kids, just running around or scoring a point. But Grandpa Simon knows how games should be. I bet he could even enter the polyhedron. Whatever that thing is, I've been told I'll never see inside it. My place is with earthly matters, apparently. Answer me. Did you steal my microscope? I did, yeah. But I gave it to Phil. He's over there, on the stairway. How do those stairs stand without support? They stand like the polyhedron does. Keep bringing up this polyhedron. Well, whatever sort of creature it is, it can wait until later. Magical floating stairs. Why doesn't it fall? Why don't I fall? What an impossible construction. I advise myself not to look down. My microscope. Well, what is it? Can you see the future? Let me look too. Gimme, gimme. Wait your turn, pipsqueak. Just let me take one look and then I'll give it back. Ew, there's a bunch of bugs and little hairs. Doesn't look like much of a future. Why are you using your dog's eye to look? You're not an animal, you know. Yeah, but an animal might see further, though. Good news. The microscope has been found. Bad news. It's being mauled by a pack of wild dogs. Oh, the horror. Oh, It's you. Hey, your thingamajig's busted. It doesn't show anything, just some bugs and weird little hairs. Maybe that is the future. Like, in many, many years, nothing will remain of us on Earth but bugs and air. It's very sad if you think about it. Didn't any of you kids go to school? Do you not know how a microscope works? Does this town even have a school? See all those different glass pieces inside? Glass like this shows the future when you look through it. Everyone knows that. Grandpa Simon loved making all sorts of things with glass. I've only seen thingamajigs like this at his place. Why did you steal from Grandpa Simon, you bastard? That's why we stole it back from you. It's called justice. That is my microscope. I brought it with me from the capital, and you stole it from my luggage. That's called theft. What? You don't know, mister? He doesn't know. Spit it out, you monster. Where did you get this thingamajig from? What did you do to Simon? It was you, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Calm down, boy. Please don't shout. What's going on? What don't I know? Just give him back the thingamajig and let him go on his merry way. It's broken anyhow. Can't see any future at all. No. Grandpa Simon taught us. What doesn't take effort doesn't deserve effort. If we just give him back the thingamajig, there's no effort in that. I can give you a cuff on the head for it. Will that be enough effort? What did you just say? Say that again. Calm down, Pipsqueak. Don't get angry. He's not from around here, is all. He doesn't know the rules yet. Hey, mister, you're new here. We'll let it slip this time, but you should know, you can't mess with kids around here. And you definitely can't hit them. If you do, just try it. We'll kill you. I must say, I never expected the conversation to take this turn. What's that shiny thing hanging off that chain? Show it to us. Oh, a watch. Pretty. Let's make a deal. You give us the watch, and we'll give you back your thingamajig. Just show us how it works, will ya? We're still curious. First, the trade. The watch for the for the microscope. Then, I'll show you. Oh, that sounds a lot younger than I thought. Barter. I remember how bartering works. Trade. Back in the capital. Let me drink some water real quick. Really liking this so far. Listen to that hiss, you can. Okay. Much better. Now then, where were we? I feel it's hard to see things through. I leave Natica to her in a heartbeat. I already have. Glasses without diopters to look older. She woke up in the morgue during a chlorine leak. This truly be a case of spontaneous resurrection.
They'll go to any length, Chief. But our lengths are longer.
Seraphima, please, hold on a little longer. Even after the inhalation therapy, the swelling won't go down immediately. Chief, finally. Where have you been? The woman you rescued from the morgue is conscious. But she might not stay that way. She's still very weak. It's amazing that she's standing at all with the amount of gas she inhaled. Step aside with me for a moment, Chief. Check the morgue records. A body matching her description was declared dead last night. Don't awaken the thrill of the hunt just yet. This is indeed what we both think it is. Need to keep cool heads. I'm not claiming it does, but imagine for a second. No. Let's stick to the facts. I spoke to the orderly on duty last night. He also confirms that our subject showed no signs of life. And Peyton himself was there when she woke up. Our subject... Slow down, Seraphima. We don't yet have proof that she meets Thanatica's criteria. We can't miss this opportunity. Unfortunately, the subject is having trouble speaking. All that time in the gas to speak into her voice. I've rinsed her mucosal membranes and performed inhalation therapy, but you understand, can't conduct an extensive interview. Shame. First-hand account could point us in the right direction. But there's always a physical examination, or taking a sample, or an examination of her personal belongings. She came into the morgue with some items, though I haven't had a chance to go through them myself. I left them on the table by the back entrance. Will you take a look, Chief? Perhaps there's a clue. Ma'am, would you allow us to examine your things? Oh, okay. Hello. Do you remember me? I'm Bachelor of Medicine, Daniel Dankowski, head of the Thanatica Laboratory. Last night, I sent you to the site of a serious gas leak. The man with death's eyes. Let's not wax poetic. My assistant provided you first aid. I hope you're feeling better. Look at her eyes. But now we need to understand more about your condition. My... died. Tunnel after tunnel. Please remain calm. Before we can be sure of anything, I need to examine you. Those are her breasts. YouTube's not gonna like this. Pale and gaunt, looks exhausted. Should take a look at the blood sample. The skin here is seriously damaged. Suspect it's due to her contact with the gas. Likely the same for her red eyes and mucosal burns. What about her back? Ooh, that doesn't look good. What's this? Bruising, redness, a rough injection. Seems like she had an allergic reaction. Bruising from repeated injections. The consequences of attempted resurrection. More damaged skin. Back of her legs. More of the same. Breathing is a bit easier. Talking is still difficult. I hope your blood test will tell us something. The disease affects various bodily systems. The microscope helps identify which organ is infected. Tissue samples are placed on glass slides. An assistant ensures that slides are sufficiently supplied. Take sample. Microscope. I can study the collected samples under the microscope. To perform the test, I need reagents. The doctor themselves is in charge of their supply. Examine. By adjusting magnification, I need to find red bacteria in the sample. Scrolls will just focus and allow me to see bacteria better. Lifespan of culture is limited. I must act quickly. A dead sample is useless. There we go. Gotcha. Organ is affected. A pathogen has been found. her things. What's it? Lazarus's personal effects from the morgue. Morphine tourniquet. 2 rings, obviously a pair. One would be too big for her. Herbs, not a bouquet, looks medicinal. Papers that look official. Morphine. Chronic morphine addict, suffered from severe pain. What are the herbs? Self-medication with folk remedies? Consulted a wise woman instead of a doctor? Jilted fiancé? Husband left and took off the wedding ring? Papers. Consent form for the experimental treatment at our institute. The description of the treatment is vague, something about novel drug. Acceptable risks and weighed all claims. Together with the examination and test, the picture is more or less complete. A miraculously resurrected woman has late-stage leukemia and injection marks on her body. Weak system couldn't handle the heavy dose of medication. Morphine overdose, addicted from palliative treatment for the pain. Colleagues thought she was beyond saving. Apparent death reaction to experimental drug. Lab got scared, didn't sort it out. Head ring, suicide attempt, unrequited love. My money's on morphine overdose. Seraphima waits, and our subject needs rest. Time to come up with a diagnosis, even if it's preliminary.
Why do they continue to normalize death?
Well, it's a fact of life, I'm afraid. So, Chief, have you shed any light on the case? I'm loath to jump to conclusions, but could Thanatica have discovered some genuine phenomena? She's terminally ill. It may have swung from one extreme to the other, from self-treatment to our institute. We don't know what medication she took, or how they interacted. I suppose so. But how do we explain the most astonishing part? The resurrection. Why did a gas leak revive the subject? Did you see the bruised injection site? Adrenaline. Someone tried to restart her heart, with a too small dose. The gas leaked, and the body released the adrenaline it was missing. So, you think it was a mistake? The subject ended up in the morgue due to negligence. She wasn't actually dead yet, and by coincidence, an unaccounted for factor revived her. I'm afraid so, I admit. I was hopeful as well, but no. Once again, no breakthrough for Thanatica. Immortality. Ooh. Hello again, Lieutenant. So, does that mean she wasn't dead at all, after all? The woman who supposedly came back to life? Alas. Then, what's your microscope really for? Doesn't show the future, doesn't raise the dead? Just a toy, really. That's quite the bar you've set with your expectations, young man. Well, alright. If we can't see the future in the glass, then we're off. We've got important things to do, after all. A sensible approach. Precious time shouldn't be wasted. Possible geometry. I found what looks like a stairway leading towards the heavens. How does it stay upright? Hope the children saw my microscope are still there. Got the microscope. One doesn't need mysticism to see the world through a different lens. Wonders live on your fingernails, as Seraphima says. What a funny way of saying it.
Enough. Why are you drowning me in details, Bachelor? Street kids stealing your microscope is an amusing anecdote, but it's not the crime we sat down to discuss 2 hours ago.
Interesting. Where am I now? Inspector of the Special Committee. He was sent to investigate the case of my criminal negligence. Supposedly, I didn't save a town in the east of our country where a plague broke out. I didn't even try, apparently. He's luring me into a trap. His folder is full of intentionally false data. He's not interested in the truth. but rather in the downfall of Bachelor Denkovsky. He is my enemy.
What's the matter, Dankovsky? Does the truth sting? It does.
I dislike him already. Enough. Why are you drowning me in details, Bachelor? Street kids stealing your microscope is an amusing anecdote, but it's not the crime we sat down to discuss 2 hours ago. 2 hours and 15 minutes ago, to be exact. Focus. I'm only interested in what's important. How am I supposed to know, Inspector, what you deem important and what you don't? You know what I especially dislike? When an obviously intelligent man feigns foolishness to derail an investigation. I'm offended and embarrassed for you. We both know you're not a fool. Stop wasting my time. And your own. I just wanted to recount everything in order, from beginning to end. The beginning doesn't interest me. My concern is the ending. The result. The finale. As for your backstory, your genesis, all of that is in the case file. Shall we review it? Yes, please. I'm quite curious as to what it contains. Let's see. Where was it? Ah, yes. The ministerial inspection of your lab, the Natica, began in early September. Your presence was required at all times. Instead, you dashed off across the country to a backwater town to bring back what might be described as... Yes, an immortal man. Let's set your fantasies aside for a moment. The important part is that you fled from the investigation, and this town had an outbreak of some fever that the scientific community had no knowledge of. As luck would have it, you were the only medical professional on site. Accurate so far? I didn't flee. Proof of human immortality was the only chance to save the Natica. On the third day, the town's leaders gathered in the town hall to form an emergency command to fight the epidemic. And what was General Dankovsky, who, I repeat, the only qualified specialist in town, doing that day? What's that? Your lip is trembling. Did I unsettle you? Your tricks won't work on me. You're right to feel ashamed. Instead of fulfilling your Hippocratic oath and leading the fight against the plague, you're engaged in... what? Come on, don't look at the table. My eyes are up here. This is utter nonsense. On the fourth day, the town lost its water supply. They required a hospital, but the one person who could set it up, what was he doing? Tell me, Dankovsky, where did you spend the fourth and fifth days? In a jail cell. That's what your papers say, right? Come the evening of the fourth day, the doctor from the capital attempted to flee the dying town on a cargo train, like a rat. He was caught and jailed, and there he remained as the plague ravaged the town. I admit, I find even the act of reading about it repugnant. I won't lie, I considered escape. Escape, not flight. The Natica was in the process of being destroyed back in the capital. You considered escape to avoid facing a painful truth. When I came to town, I found that Simon Kane, the immortal man on whom I pinned all my hopes, was dead. Ah. And now we are from the point of view of the Inspector. Ah, hello, Witch. Nice of you to join. We just reached the Inspector section of the game, where the demo ended. Yes, I will ignore the pickle image. Does everything look and sound alright? Ah, yeah, we reset that as well. Let's see. Oh, also, let me move the chat box because it's over the text there. There we go, that's better. Okay, how do I sound now? Still a bit quiet? Let me move my mic forward a little bit. How about now? very quiet. That's weird. Okay, hold on. How about now? Better? Huh. Okay, then let me go into my settings. Okay, how about now? Any better? Okay. So, we are now in the perspective of the inspector and are having a bit of a two-way conversation with ourselves, depending on who we're in control of. When I came to the town, found out that Simon Kane, the immortal man on whom I pinned all my hopes, was dead. He died under mysterious circumstances a few hours before my arrival. But when the epidemic began, you could have saved others. You're a doctor. You swore an oath. Why did you abandon the ordinary townsfolk? Simon Kane's nature, the mystery of his immortality and death, that's the most important thing that happened in this little town, and to me. But I can't just relay it to you. To understand, one must immerse themselves in the details, take in the full picture. And for the very best immersion, you tried to flee the town on the evening of the 4th day. No, you're twisting it. You're rewriting the past. Where did I lie, exactly? Point it out. Everywhere. About the emergency command, the escape, the hospital. The only thing you got right was the reason I came to the town in the first place. Yeah, Inspector's a bit of a cunt. Then tell me your version of events. How did it all happen? No tricks. Leave aside your stories of children and microscopes. I'm getting tired of repeating myself. I'm interested in the ending, not the beginning. Do you also read books backward? You will recount everything whatever order I tell you to. On the 6th day, the plague destroyed the town. So if you'd be so kind to explain to me, what were you doing on the 5th day? Were you really so indifferent to the plights of the people around you? The town couldn't have perished on the 6th day. I was there for 12. There's an error in your report. You disappoint me, Bachelor. I'll ask again. On the 5th day in the town, what were you doing? The 5th day. Let me think. And now, we begin in earnest. You know, this game makes me wonder who is lying, who is telling the truth. Bachelor is nothing but an unreliable witness. I agree. We know that he didn't do very well in the previous game. Maybe he'll have a better chance now that we're in control of him. Or maybe not. Day 5, in which the Bachelor will grab the only remaining thread that may lead to Simon Kane. So we skipped ahead to day 5. We don't know what happened on the previous days. Might be a mixture of both which. The end of the beginning. I'm never leaving this place. They trapped me in this bloody town, and now I'm trapped in a jail cell. This is the second time I've ruminated on how humiliating it is. Prisons are bare and filthy because of poverty, not cruelty. This is the second time I've slept in a jail cell, what I told myself the first time around. I don't intend to get old, I said. I've gotten old already. Who's going to bring you a glass of water when you're old, Chief? Seraphima laughed. Came here for a breakthrough, and I was broken. Blocked. Riddle me this. What place is an entrance but no exit? A grave. This triple accursed town is sapping your resolve by the minute. Your legs barely stir. Lie down and forget. To sleep, maybe to dream. Is it the local herbs blooming, or have we finally cracked, Ankowski? Will it be like this always? Strength always dwindles. The despair isn't yours, I swear. It's the local herbs messing with your head. I can combat apathy. Flash your face with cold water. In mania, you're sharp and fierce. The town will sap your will, lull you to sleep, but you won't succumb to tranquility. Harmful side effects? What harmful side effects? Hey, you there, let me out already. Apathy and indifference are constantly rising. To move faster, fight apathy by increasing mania. Mind map. Shouldn't have wasted time dwelling on it. All is lost. I failed at everything I tried to do. It's Capella. Capella, otherwise known as Victoria Olgimskaya. Daughter of Fat Vlad Olgimsky, local magnate and master of the town's industry. Blood of his blood. Local kids named her Capella for her ability to spot out the celestial map in the night sky. I heard she holds some inexplicable power over the town, but I dismissed it. That was a mistake.
Guests are always welcome here.
Oh, look at her. Look how friendly she is. How warm the expression she wears is. Out, out, living soul. I expected a different kind of jailer. I'm a mistress. Well, a future mistress. But I think you'll agree that future and past are relative concepts. I'm not even sure what day it is. Or which jail you're in. You've lost your way. I'm not sure how, but I can sense it. It is the mistress's gift, so I came here to find you. Well, thank you. Now what? Are you alright? How are you feeling? Terrible. I need sleep. Someone in the next cell was howling and coughing all night, until they weren't. I called, but nobody came. Thought everyone was dead. I had a dream like that the other day, that everyone in the town was dead, and I was alone. Ever read about dream interpretation? I'm sure this sort of dream signifies a sudden downfall, or such like. Sarcasm, I understand, but you do need to hear this one. I dreamt that a doctor came into town, and I got him out of prison. Then I asked him a question. That's where my dream ended, and now I'm here. I'd like to know the answer. Why did you come to our town? Wasn't my idea. I was invited, with a letter. I agreed, in the hope that living proof of immortality would save the Natica. And when I got here, an outbreak occurred. Odd coincidence, isn't it? I don't believe in coincidences. They're the only thing I believe in. So what are you going to do now? Don't have a lot of options, do I? I looked into what he left behind, first thing. Phenomenon itself is gone, but there are still witnesses to his longevity. Explaining it is paramount. You know, Bachelor, my father envied Simon, and Maria Cana will always be my enemy, so there's no love lost between our families. And yet, I must help you. I don't want to. I must. Otherwise the town will suffer. That's why I came here early and waited 4 hours until you decided to wake up. You could have knocked on the door yourself. I know where to find the last person who saw Simon alive. His name is Stark Reuben. His apprentice? He's a doctor. He has a hideout in the warehouses. Look for him there. How do you know where his hideout is? The way you say it doesn't sound like much of a secret. I'm not just a mistress. I'm Vlad Olgimsky's daughter. My father owns half the houses and very nearly all the people in town, and the warehouses, and the ground under this jail. Well, shall I go then? But you won't be able to go there right now. While I was waiting for you, something bad happened. Something bad? When you go up those steps, you'll see. Mother said that a true mistress stands out by her timing, and here I am. Right place, but too late. Maybe I'll never become a true mistress. Don't you dare cry. I can't stand tears. Your hint helped me a lot, you hear? Mind map. The man who last saw Simon Kane hides somewhere in the warehouses. Oh, hello. Alexander Sabarov, governor of the town. The Sabarovs are the load-bearing bones of this town, hard, dry, and colorless compared to the other two ruling families. Order rested upon them. When I arrived, Governor Sabarov pinned all his hopes on me, and hatred for it. He thought the star from the capital would show the Kanes and Olymskis how dangerous overreaching ambitions could be. Alas, that star proved to be another dreamer.
Ill-timed. What now?
Oh, that's... I recognize that voice. That's the voice of the bat from the previous game. Dankovsky, before you ask, I allowed the girl in. She is Oglimsky's daughter, and she interceded on your behalf. But even if she hadn't, I wouldn't have kept you here. Thanks. What were you detained for? Yeah, I tried to leave town, but your trap worked, just in time, and I wasn't let go. You committed the most heinous crime a doctor can commit. You tried to abandon your patients, to flee the town and save your sorry hide. Right as we speak, my real patient, the Netica, is being murdered in the capital. My life's work is being destroyed. This town is my life's work, and it is dying because all the doctors betrayed it. Cowards and scoundrels, all of them. And yet, as Karina would put it, the logic of inevitability is stronger, and the town has paid you back. Call it irony, if you like. You've no idea what I'm at risk of losing. What I'm losing already. Whatever happened yesterday is beyond reach. Today, the plague has reached the backbone. Behind the thin walls of this building, death rages. We've boarded up doors and windows, but the plague fumes are seeping in. You and I, we have mere hours left. The outbreak has reached the town hall. There has been cases of criminals surviving the sacking of a besieged city in prisons. Our prison is also a fortress, but our fortress lacks food and water outside. We are presumed dead. Know this, Dankovsky. I wanted to punish your cowardice. That much is true. But I did not want you dead. I'm sorry. Luckily for me, I don't plan on dying. 2 days ago, a decree was issued declaring all people in infected districts to be presumed dead. Not to be rescued, unless they call for help with signal bonfires. A folly. Without a protective suit, you can't venture into the miasma, let alone light the fires. So, officially, you and I are dead. A decree was issued, you say. By whoever wields that power, right? Tell it to me straight. You issued an inhumane rule, never expecting to be its victim. I did not issue that decree, nor did you, though everyone pinned their hopes on you at first. You have no moral right to condemn the decisions of those who at least tried to act. Fine, I'll deal with this later. But for us to be let out, someone has to venture outside, right? I'm ready to volunteer. The miasma already seeps into the rooms of the town hall. You want me to open the front door? No. Our only chance is to barricade ourselves in and pray for a miracle. I have a device. A prototype. It disperses miasma. With it, I can go through the infected district. A device? Yes, the one you confiscated. Along with all my belongings, including medicine, by the way. Are you surprised? No. Your gadgets from the capital are just as unreliable as you. I won't unlock the main entrance. Risking contamination of the town hall just because of your novelty lighter. And your alternative proposal is? We bide our time. Hope for the best. Katerina wouldn't be scared. A brilliant plan. Thanks, but no thanks. I'd rather do something. You said the plague is already in the town hall. Where? We need Bura? Yes, we do. Unfortunately, since he's not the protagonist in this iteration, he might not be doing so well. The far room. We've locked it already. Give me the prototype back. I'll clear the contamination in the far room and prove to you how the device works. Fine. Your device should be in the main hall. Confiscated items are also there, on the counter. No one has disturbed them. Take them. After that, they'll unlock the far room for you. But if you fail to clear the miasma there, you won't be let out. I just hope your goons didn't break anything of mine. New information. The last thread. Need to reach Reuben. Defending in a prison cell. Common patrol and grabbing through behind bars. Cars filled with plague corpses. Town is a trap. The final preparations for the escape are complete. At the station, I'll have time to jump into the last car. He is tall, yes. Ah, so he made preparations with bad grief. The car that Grief had prepared was filled with corpses. He was then grabbed by patrolmen and tossed in jail. Ah, that was yesterday. This is what happened. And now today. I see. I'm begging you. Tell them to open the doors. Everything's locked. We're trapped in here. Are you totally out of your mind? Use your head. Do you think they lock the doors for fun? Have you seen what's out there? It's like the last days of Sodom. And Mara Shabnak walks on her clay legs. My friend's stuck outside. We were together. I managed to slip inside, but he... What's going on outside? He's a goner. Forget it. Your friend's gone. Whole district's doomed. There's plague fumes everywhere, nowhere to breathe. We're doomed too. Simple as that. So why is everyone standing around like nothing happened? Why is no one doing anything? This is what's being done. The quarantine dictates that infected districts must be sealed off. That's how we ended up here. Whoever came up with the quarantine rules is a real idiot. They've locked themselves in the town hall with that decree. We're cut off from everything. All the doors are locked. They've walled us in and left us for dead. And who is this genius? Who is in charge of the quarantine? Someone or other. Could be anybody at this point. A chicken with its head cut off could do better. Lol. Bachelor, what do you expect people to do? Fair enough. For some reason, there's a heart emoji that whenever I look at the chat, I really wish I could make it go away so I can see what you're writing properly, but it is not. Thank you, YouTube. Seemed like Oglimsky Jr. was calling the shots at first. There was talk of a vaccine even, and some big shots started issuing those ridiculous decrees. Isn't there a doc from the capital here? Isn't he overseeing the emergency command? I heard that the doctor lost his nerve and tried to skip town. No, that's not how it was. You're mistaken. The doctor from the capital took charge, set up a hospital. He saved the town. Oh, you've got quite the active imagination. If he took charge, then why are we still locked in here? Why is the backbone being engulfed in sickly air? Yes, I can still see your messages, Witch, but for some reason, they get blocked off by the stupid heart emoji thing. I can still sort of scroll up to look past it, but it's annoying. Maybe ask a doctor we're supposed to get out of the town hall when there's deadly air outside. I deal with the miasma, don't you worry. Oh, morphine crystals. And lots of drugs. Yeah, let's take all that back. Ah, my device. Take. Prototype. 20. You. Are you out of this place? Could you sign this paper for me, please? The death certificate, I mean? Whose death certificate? My brother's dead. Bad man he was. Wicked man. Still, he was family. Now I'm fussing about, collecting all the papers. But I'll be frank, I don't have his name in here. I forgot his name, and no one's willing to help me. Oh, well, what? Do you expect me to put my own name in there? I don't know myself how this could happen. It's like it was kicked out of my head. Like there's just a black blot in my mind where my brother's name used to be. And the secretary, he says there are only 2 bodies brought from the station. But how could there be only 2 of Bura and Knife 3? It's a mistake. Please tell them. You're out on the same day. Maybe you saw it? I did. An Herbright took your brother's body away. Sorry, that can't be true. For the kin to take a body, someone needs to give them permission. They have a special relationship with bodies. They would never take one without asking. Yes, indeed, it was me. I gave her permission to take the body. You. How could you? What did he ever do to you? That you fed him to the kin? I thought you were a doctor, a scientist, and you... Have you no shame? They didn't just take the body. They took his name from all of us. From his family. How on earth am I going to remember his name now? The Herbright said it was for the best. I believed her. Interesting. Oh, I search around. Turn off live reaction and it'll turn off the heart. Let's see. Turn off live reaction. Reactions off. Let's see if that works. It's still there on my phone. Ah, well, it's manageable. Okay, continuing. Open. Vlad the Younger. Vladislav Olgimsky. Vladislav Olgimsky, son of Vladislav Olgimsky, is... oh, same name. The factory owner, heir to one of the 3 ruling families. One could imagine the autonomy he's enjoyed living under his father's shadow. He thought his father's power could be gently modernized through reform. He kept up with contemporary thinkers. He's put his faith in progress. As his reward, the dirtiest of tasks fell to him.
You want to have the upper hand, and you need to get your foot in the door. But your head... I'm not quite sure what to do about your head.
Is it too big to fit through? Let's drinking some water. What options does the town have when there's no vaccine or cure? When there's neither a hospital nor doctors? Isolation and quarantine are our only tools to slow the plague's spread. Hold on. Are you the one who issued the decree to not rescue people from infected districts? Everyone is saying I acted as Isidore Burak did 5 years ago. They can think what they want, but they're remembering it wrong. My measures were not so harsh. Isidore Burak sealed off the plague districts with no chance of escape. I, at least, told the orderlies to keep an eye out for bonfires, to give those trapped behind the cordons a chance. I understand the logic behind it, but the measures should be granular, not district-wide. And why bonfires? What do they guarantee? An infected man could light one just as well. It's a primeval belief, one might say. She can't tolerate fire. She's either afraid of it, or, in contrast, drawn to it like a moth. I found this symbolic. Please keep in mind our orderlies are simple folk. They need a convincing omen to compel them into the plague fumes. Convincing to them, not you or I. She can't tolerate fire. You mean the plague? The sarcasm is unwarranted. The plague feels alive, even to me sometimes, let alone the orderlies. If you'd spent any time with us, you'd understand. And I was just beginning to respect you. Be that as it may, by the third day we realized the scale of the catastrophe. The town needed saving, and I was ready to propose concrete measures. And here we are. And I will soon pay with my life for my actions. Don't say that. We'll get out of here, all of us, and I already know how. I'm not a proud man, Dankovsky. Oh, I will soon pay for my life with my actions, as will you with your inaction. I am not a proud man, Dankovsky. 2 days ago, I waited for you at the Emergency Epidemic Committee meeting. If you wished to take matters into your own hands, I would have not stood in your way, but you simply didn't show up. Ah. You're right. I have no retort for that. I'm guessing that's another thing we have to correct in only a day. Fully charge it. 18. 17. 16. Map of the town. They plan to develop the other side of the river. Just a tiny little town. That impossible tower is a dominant landmark. The polyhedron. And over here is the slaughterhouses. Matches and more healing stuff. Chess. The fastest checkmate is in 2 moves. They play it the same way. They run this town.
You can't look straight at the sun or at death without flinching. Whose saying was that?
It's a human reaction, I suppose. What's that smell? The smell of science! Your contraption works. Let's assume as much. Is it enough to traverse the infected district? I hope so. Fine, let's assume that too. Listen up. You need to make it to the southern exit of the district. It's guarded by orderlies. The other exits are either sealed off or being guarded by vigilantes. Best avoided. By vigilantes, you mean a mob armed with sharp sticks. Driven mad by fear? Got it. But first, you need to light several bonfires. More than one, that's important. Again with the bonfires. I'll just tell the orderlies that there are living people trapped in the district. I'll be standing in front of them as living proof. I've said it already. This is how it's been since the first outbreak 5 years ago. If there are fires burning in an area, that means there's still survivors, still able-bodied and healthy. Only those are worth saving. We were ordered not to bother with the small pockets of doomed people. So, but you're suggesting I light all these bonfires by myself? To deceive your own system? It's not my system. We issued the decree in haste and panic. If I survive, I will overturn it. We'll see. If a district is infected and sealed off, I can only leave if I light several bonfires.
I don't want to hear this.
Start fires, need a match on hand. Open inventory. Pockets. F to ignite a match, throw it at a bonfire. Need to light a few more bonfires. About 4. Let's not focus on the blue stuff. The blue stuff will slow us down. 15. Two. Bull's local cult. Resembles a bullhead. Madness. 5 bonfires.
Forgot that there's so much of the world.
Yep. 2 to go.
I'd rather not hear this.
High meaning it speeds up the world and is detrimental to health. At excessive doses, guided clues may begin to appear before my eyes. I see. It does make me go faster, though. One more bonfire. Ooh, loot. So you have to juggle between mania and apathy, or else you'll either get slow and or fast but hurt your overall health. Yes. I also assume if you reach the maximum of either or, you die. He's alive! Boys, there's someone alive here! Barely alive. Let me out, now. And who are you? The only qualified doctor in this benighted town. We're only doing our jobs. The decree is simple. No fires, no entry. People can be saved only if the bonfires lit in the district. Otherwise, it means they're all dead. Open your eyes, the bonfires are lit. Wait, really? Let me count them again. 1 fire, 2 fire, 3 fire, 5. Boys, the survivors in the backbone. Well then, clear the exit to the district. Escort people from fire to fire. Do not deviate from the route. Hurry. And one more thing. At least wrap a rag around your face so you don't breathe in the miasma. Indeed, we'll need some kind of protection for the orderlies. It's right terrifying to go in there. They can't be helped. Orders are orders. And you, survivor, why are you still standing there? Get on out into the clean district, since you managed to walk all the way here. I yearn to breathe clean air, and not flinch at every shadow. Route planning. The town is merely a sequence of districts, and I am the one to choose that sequence. I can choose a careful route, step by step, avoiding dangerous districts, or walk directly to my target. No need to rush. If I change my mind, I can always undo my last move, or Z to start over. Person who knows something about Simon's body is hiding in the warehouse, but where exactly? We will go here then. This is very different from the previous game. Whereas before there was a fast travel system between the different boats along the river, but you had to manually go everywhere else. Here it looks like they've taken away the freeform travel and made it more about optimization and planning, since you have to go to certain districts. Let's start travel, shall we? Hey, Sawbones. That you? You the big city Sawbones? A doc, I should say? Yes. Don't you fret. I'm not interested in your jingle jangle. Not worth the hassle. Just tell me straight, Doc. Am I plagued? You don't look sick. I'm serious. And scared. Is it okay to admit fear to a Sawbones, Doctor? Ever since I found out my Kulan had died, I've been scared out of my wits. Claimed her in 5 hours, when she was young and strong. Are you talking about your wife or your daughter? How could I marry her when she's one of the kin? Well, was anyway. She left them, but was torn between the town and the steppe. Bachelor doesn't have access to the access that Bura has. Yes, because Bura is a Menku and Bachelor is just some guy. A doctor, but the steppe doesn't recognize that. I thought maybe if I quarreled with her on purpose, she'd return to her kind, wouldn't suffer her fate no more. It's too late for that now. Yes, I've already heard this notion that steppe people are immune to the plague, but I suspect those are just tall tales. Poor thing, such a shame. I don't want to die, though. Give it to me straight, Doc. Will I follow Kulan soon? Should I prepare bread and milk? Or can it pass me by? Though you suspect that Lothar might have infected you. It's not impossible. When did you see her last? The day before yesterday. In the morning. When did she die? Yesterday. I know very little of the plague yet, but it's clear from its dynamics that one can't survive the infection for more than a day. If you were infected, you wouldn't be here. Are you sure? Consider how many people have died since the outbreak began 2 days ago. The disease obviously develops very quickly. I say the incubation period is 5 to 8 hours. Oh, you've done me a service. Poor Kalan's suffering ended just yesterday. She came to me even earlier than that. Your math checks out, doctor. Sorry. I should address you with respect. According to your account, I couldn't have got it from her. Visible skin areas looks fine. Breathing normal. That's enough to rule out an old infection. If it takes 5 hours to burn someone out like a candle, then it's clear as day. I've been racking my brain. She was healthy when she came to me, only her legs were wobbly after a night of dancing. Then suddenly, bam, dead of the plague, like that. Shows you how death sneaks up on you, wicked, like a cat purse in an alley. Any death is wicked. That mortality is embedded into human nature itself, is even more wicked. Such loud words of yours. They ring here, in this backwater, like it's an alarm bell or artillery. They don't fit the scenery, like you. Can I help you with something, Doc? You're looking lost as a newborn babe. Lost, am I? Maybe you can help. I'm looking for a doctor named Reuben. If I knew where he was, I'd have gone to him with my plague question. He saw the last outbreak, and was Bura's, Isidor's, apprentice. But he's gone. Vanished as if the earth swallowed him. You'd think he's right here in the warehouse? I'll be damned. That's what I was told. Alas, without an exact address. Tough luck. I'd love to repay you, but I can't. Don't know where Reuben went. You know, ask the little ones. The kids, if you run into some. They've scoured every corner of this place. They don't miss a thing. If Reuben is here, they've seen him. Thank you, and take care of yourself. You dodged infection once, next time. Maybe you won't be so lucky. Oh, getting a bit manic here. What's this? Break.
The broken ones don't lie.
What a perfectly sane thing to do and say. Look at all the bulls. Aw, but lovely healthy cows. Who's a good bull? Who's a good bull? You are. Halt! Who goes there? Turn your head up. Look at us. What's the password? Hecate-feckety sat on a pipe. Hecate-feckety smelled a bit ripe. All the king's crickets and all the king's geese couldn't rid Hecate of the smell of damp cheese. Now say the password, old-timer. That's a version I hadn't heard before. Is the password geese? Ha! Wrong. It's crickets. It's one of this pipe right now. Can't you hear him chirping? I'm looking for a man, a doctor named Stanislav Reuben. Seen him around? Sure we have. We see everything from up here. Even that bald spot atop your head. Ouch. We don't have a doctor named Reuben. Only a boiler man who needs no time to do his boiler work. Or needs no name to do his boiler work. Although, if you think about it, he's kind of like a doctor. He fixed the furnace. Cured it, I guess. Don't be ridiculous. I don't have a bald spot. Not yet, but you will. I can see it from all up here. Even the future. You'll be combing over a bald patch, powdering up your wrinkles until you look like an amateur out at a mortician's parlor. You just keep going. You have such an active imagination. Would be a shame if you fell from that pipe. Sounds unlikely, but I can see the future from here. A ground future where all the grown-ups are dead from plague and we rule the town. I don't think you understand what the plague is. It kills kids, too. Oh, you think you're so clever, huh? How would you know? You a doctor or something? We don't need another one. We already have Dr. Boiler Man. The furnace broke down to the boiler house, but he fixed it. And today it broke down again. What's his name? Reuben? A boiler man needs no name. Only the coals of the furnace and the suit on his hands. And a poker for a heart. So where do I find this boiler man? Are you stupid? At the boiler house. Duh. Boiler house. Is that what you call the heating plant? It's a house with a boiler in it, isn't it? Not some hot plant whose sap runs through the heating pipes. I say, folks these days believe the wildest things. But you won't find anyone there. This pipe I'm sitting on is barely warm. That means something's up at the boiler house. Maybe the boiler man's lost his marbles. While he was there stoking the fires, the pipe was as hot as hell, but it's cooling down now. I see. You're a Bachelor of Physics with a thesis in thermodynamics. Thank you. Oh. Oh. Bad grief. This petty lord called himself Bad Grief, an anarchist at heart, valuing freedom above all else, but only his own. Because of his friendship with the Oglimskis and the Buras, he saw himself above the law. At least he had some small aesthetic sense, even if it was street level. Pinned him to a wall like a butterfly and left him to die. Even stamped him with a knife for good measure. He didn't die from those wounds. Do you know what he died from? Thirst. Do you have any water? What are you doing here, actor? I am no actor. I neither feel nor act. Call me a shadow, a remainder of a person, a trace, an echo, a glove left behind at someone's house. A useless thing, really. Who needs a lone glove? But it is proof that someone once was here to lose it. When I had to unravel a complex case on my own, sometimes I would imagine myself talking to someone else. But I'd imagine someone familiar. You love the sound of your own voice. You think yourself Earth's greatest conversationalist. Try to broaden your thinking. Why not, for a change, assume you really are speaking to a shadow, a remnant of a dead person. In black tights and a white mask? Really? You are a scientist, a researcher of death. So, gaze into the face of a dead man. Perhaps then you'll understand why only a mask remains. Can't say I've heard about theatrical death masks from even the most exalted subjects of the Attica. Am I the only one who can see you? No. 2 others watch, and 1 presents. Know this. If one like me is here, then the person you sought is no longer. Today, they are already dead. 2 more. And who presents? A good puzzle, is it not? They pinned grief to a wall like a butterfly and left him to die. But it was thirst that killed him. Do you have any water? Why would a dead man need water? He wouldn't. But this throat feels like it was filled with sand, even though there was no throat left. Simon's murderer. Why would they think that grief killed Simon? The children here are savages. I think it was not the children who killed him. When you take out the pitchforks, you'll always find something to nail them with. Grief saw the faces of his killers. Did you recognize them? You're asking that as a detective. I'm afraid it's not that kind of story. Grief was killed by a mob, not a person with a name. He often thought about death, imagining what his last words would be. When death finally came, do you know what he said? What? Ow. He said, ow. That's all he could come up with as he bled out, pinned to a wall by a pitchfork. How's that for last words? Well, I had a patient drop his quill, lean to grab it, cough, and die. His last words, blast it. Another said, wish I had a champagne. Turned toward the wall, and was gone. He said, ow, and thought to himself, what a disgrace. That's life for you. You muse on death, prepare for it, and when it comes... I could spread rumors about his incredible wit at death's door myself. But to do that, I need to know when he died. Good question, precisely formulated. Look around. Maybe something will give you a clue. Well then, I'll give it a try. Alas, poor Grief. I knew him well. I knew him, but not that well, actually. A smuggler, not a murderer. He did deserve this. Piles of infected bodies, rotting hope, deathly reeks smothered by the train car. Grief set up yesterday's escape, but he lied to us. but Grief was crucified for a different crime. Simon's murderer. You couldn't have killed Simon. Hammers and pitchforks, deep wounds, blood long dried. Tools of mob justice. Way more cruel than common murderer demands. Dirt and blood are fully dry, killed yesterday. Bad Grief was cruelly murdered yesterday. Couldn't do anything about it today. My curse, my enemy. Yesterday, oh yesterday. If only I didn't try to flee yesterday. I wouldn't have ended up in an infected jail today. I hate you, yesterday. Interesting. Very interesting. Boot. Let's calm down a little bit. Let's take some extract.
Why would it matter?
Poor Grief. He's not that bad a fellow. Indeed. Way into the warehouse? No.
The tap dribbles.
Hello. Hey, mister. What's that doodad on your chest? You mean this? It's no doodad. It's a brooch. Looks more like a doomum to me. That's the worst pun I've heard in my life. Says who? Some guy wearing a lady's pin? It's a brooch. A man's brooch. Oh, did we broach a sensitive topic? Hilarious. Just hilarious. Don't you think it was mountain areas? Enough. I'm looking for the boiler man. Your friends over on the pipe told me he was in the heat plant. I mean, in the boiler house. I feel targeted by that pun line. Then you're walking the wrong way, dummy. Follow the pipe the other way to get to the boiler house. Around here, the pipes are ice cold. Thank you. Follow the pipes. This way? Get a bit more menu there for the speed boost. Ah, this way. Who are you? The new boiler man? Your friend said that the heating boiler house was nearby. Am I heading the right way? Sure. See the smoke coming from the chimney? That's the boiler house. But the boiler man hasn't been seen in 2 days. Hope he didn't boil himself in the furnace. Thank you, boy. Here we are. Ah, no. We'll take the drugs. Reuben. Stanislav Reuben. The pipe. The pipes are calling. A pathologist. One of the few doctors in this town. A straightforward and decisive man. He did something that provoked the anger of everyone. The Canes and the kin. His friends and his enemies. One of those people you know immediately upon meeting them that they won't die of old age. There's medicine in the cabinet. Drugs saved for a rainy day. Carefully rationed. And there you are again, Shadow. Bad sign. You're not superstitious, are you? The sign isn't bad. It only points to what it signifies. The one you came for is no more. Today, they are already dead. What happened here? He needed a hideout. Grief. An old friend suggested this place. In the end, he even enjoyed stoking the furnace. Physical work soothes, leaves no room for thought. Only soot clings so deeply, Reuben was scrubbing it off himself when they came for him. Who were they? He never saw their faces, but he knew what they wanted. His silence. Reuben came closer to understanding who Simon truly was. After all, he was the one who pronounced him dead. He was afraid that revelation would not be forgiven. What revelation? What did Reuben discover? This is critical. Reuben witnessed a miracle, and he paid for it with his life. When did this happen? 3 days had passed since Simon's death. Reuben hid here in the boiler room, but they found him, silenced him. 3 days. Far too late. Oh, so Reuben died very early in this timeline. Isidore Burra. This is all the stuff that I did earlier. Bad Grief is dead. Reuben is dead. Ah, I see. I see the threads linking the death of Bad Grief. So, it looks like you need to alter the timeline to get the best possible outcome, but in order to do that, you need to figure out what happened. A lot of people are dead, indeed which. It seems like similar to the intro in the previous game, you start off in the worst timeline, where your character did everything wrong and everything got fucked up because of them. We need to figure out what our bachelor did wrong, and then go back in time to correct it. Rewrite history. By retelling our story to the inspector. This entire thing is very, very meta. Pathologic was already pretty damn meta. You're playing a game that is actually a play being portrayed by actors. But now, it's a play of the Bachelor recounting his time in the Steppe Village to the inspector. So the framework is, it's an interrogation of a play of a game. No, it's a game of an interrogation of a play. And despite that, there is not one quippy fourth wall breaking joke. Thank God. So. We go to Isidore Bora's house. Yeah, triple the meta, indeed. We can also go over to where Simon lived. Isidore's house is closer. We'll go there first. Loot. Interesting. We don't use the clocks to save. Abandoned Alabama. Did the warehouse folks have their own swill? What thoughts on you? Yes, Reuben did have a theatrical streak. But he preferred eye-catching dusters to tight-fitting tights. He'd never hide a grudge behind a mask. Also, my health's getting a bit low from all my mania. Need to manage it a bit more effectively. Let's take some health. And a little bit of extract.
Quiet head.
Yes, quiet head. Stop talking to me. Now then. Oh, the pools are here. Okay. Let's try and get to Bura's place. Oh, his father. Bachelor is quite unstable. That's a bit of an understatement. Here we go. I like how time still passes when you're in the locations like this. Okay. Hostile town. Peaceful districts are easy to pass through, but I'll have to pass through dangerous ones carefully, on my own feet. Such districts are marked with color. Indeed. Here we go. Into another infected district. That's new. Is that death? Oh, I do not like the look of that. Oh, hello, Clara. Changeling, Clara. A strange little ragamuffin with hypnotic eyes. Simpletons claim she can heal with a laying on of hands. They also say she is a Shabnak's sister and a harbinger of death. The vicissitudes of fame. Well, that's a nice word. I saw Clara in remote places no one else could reach, and at times it was as if she were in two places at once. Some vast presence lurked in her shadow. Who is she? Two people. One good, one bad. Let's see which one we're dealing with.
God sees us from beneath the earth. Why do you think he's in heaven? He's down below.
Ah, this would be the good one. Stop. Look into my eyes. Don't move. Don't even turn your head. She won't touch you as long as there's a thread between us. Who's she? Shabnak. You know, that burning monstrosity you don't believe in? The one that's making your hand shake right now? I thought you meant the plague. Shabnak is the plague's body. The earth spits her out every few years so that she might walk through the town and cleanse it of corruption, of wicked thoughts, of weak people. Everyone believes something different on that front. Why you, with your head of solid oak wood, can see her is a very interesting question. Most people like you are completely blind. What ripped that hole in you, I wonder? Ah, we're getting even more meta now, because Bachelor has always been against the superstitious and a non-believer in the mysteries of the steppe, compared to Bura. But now here he is, seeing a manifestation of the plague, when he shouldn't be able to. Almost like he's getting a forcible change in perspective. I don't remember. Now that's interesting. So there was something, a little pinprick from your past. A hangnail getting inflamed? Very interesting. I'd love to know more. Either way, whether you believe in her or not, she'll never stop following you. She likes you, I can tell from a mile away, but I'll teach you how to handle her. Take notes, scholar. I heed, O great and wise sage. Rule number 1. You're no adversary for her. Your little revolver won't shoot her. Your little knife won't stab her. Can't stab a fairy tale, can you? And why would you even have a knife anyway? So all you can do is run. And the prototype? What prototype? I have an experimental device prototype that's capable of dispersing plague miasma. Oh, and now we're controlling Clara. You claim to fight death, but look how your eyes lit up when you said kill. There's no way your little device can kill a Shabnak. Neither bone nor metal can strike her down. Everyone knows that. How about compressed air and atomized particles of bile and belladonna? You'll miss anything about pneumatic weapons? Thought not. Wow, he's such a prick when we're not controlling him. And even when we are controlling him, he's kind of a prick. Like, Clara's trying to stop you from being claimed by death. Why are you being such a twat? You just saw a manifestation of it. They say a sigh from Bustur can stop her for a short while. When he sighs, she walks on tiptoe, careful not to wake him. If you exhale the right way, it will probably slow her down. So I can stop her from a shot from the prototype. Better than nothing. You believe that the inventions of your science can defeat the ancient truth of the steppe? Well then, scholar, give it a try. It'll be interesting to see. Now, here's rule 2. She both loves and hates fire. She can't pass a bonfire without wanting to love and destroy it. She'll like bonfires. They'll slow her down. like a moth. Speaking of which, I've studied blood-sucking moths before, but didn't get very far. Rule 3. She's drawn to people who aren't hollow. You may be close-minded and spiteful, yeah, understatement on that one, but she still senses something in you. There's something you carry inside yourself, some spark. In other words, there's no way she's going to forget about you. Once she's close, she'll never stop chasing you. Crafty, the way you weave compliments and insults together. This one's simple, so I'm not even going to give it a number. If she catches you, she'll devour you. Might find a way to wriggle out of her embrace the first time, but definitely not the second. No argument from me. Lingering besides a thick cloud of miasma must be deadly. And finally, you're probably not going to believe me. She eats away at most people's bodies, dries their skin, chews up their immune system. But you're not as easy to get to, like someone's watching you from above. Protecting you, maybe? I don't know. Ah, another little, meta thing. I noticed that the infection mechanic is strangely absent from the previous game. In other words, Bachelor isn't really immune to the plague in lore, but in gameplay, it's no longer an issue. And the game is acknowledging that. Oh, even after being told this information, we can still go, thanks for reminding me why I don't want to talk to you, watching you from above. We have the option of still being a complete tosser for no reason. From above, you mean from heaven? I don't know. Well, yes, I do know, but I don't understand. Feel free to disbelieve me, it doesn't matter. Just keep in mind that you won't get infected in a plague district like others do. Instead, you'll go insane, waste all your time, and then she'll eat you. That's how it will happen. You have a point. Just being in a plague district feels like having a maelstrom raging inside my head. You think she's my sister, and I think she's a monster made of bones. My hatred for her is stronger than all of yours combined. Be bold, Bachelor. There's no shame in running from her. Maybe you'll get something done after all, in the end. Thank you, girl. This has been a very strange conversation. The prototype can slow her down. Bonfires can slow her down. She cannot be stopped. Beware. Oh god. Go, 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 go. Bonfire, bonfire. Okay. Head forward, head left. Did Burin manage to see the manifestation of the plague? No. He saw the plague clouds, and at one point he talked to it, but it was in the depiction of one of the orderlies. A special one, wearing an outfit. This is different. Also, it could never come after him directly. It had to get him by proxy. This is not the case with Daniel.
A Mysterium.
This way. Whoa. This is a lot of people here. And also new mind map. My poor mind is stretched to breaking. I look at the architecture in this district and I see demons. Was there even a girl? The town is driving me insane. There's already dangerous infected districts have declared war on me. Indeed. Hello. Maria Cana, daughter of Victor and Nina. Eldest daughter of the Canes, Simon's niece. Her mother was a mistress, a woman said to wield mystical powers. Maria believes she was meant to walk the same path. She was followed everywhere by her signs, young people who claimed to have aligned their fates with the constellations and master destiny itself. Her every gesture burned with untamed fire.
Sow an act, and you reap a habit. Sow a habit, and you reap a character. Sow a character, and you reap a destiny.
And she is just as much as a pompous twit as she was in the second game. I can't hear you. Speak my language. Pretend you don't know it. Are you alright? Do you need to sit down? Who dares open his mouth while the mistress is working? Daniel Dankovsky, Bachelor of Medicine, at your service. And Daniel, no need to mock me. I haven't somehow forgotten you after 5 days. One does not forget the likes of you. I was just focused on the dialogue. The unexpectedness of your voice caught me off guard, that's all. Who were you talking to? Oh, the house, of course. But the hindquarters were not built by us, the Canes. And this house is one of the oldest out there. It doesn't understand me, or rather, it pretends it doesn't. I hate hypocrites. What a bastard. Hey, you, inanimate matter, answer at once. Well, Daniel got his matches in obnoxiousness, indeed. It's only inanimate for you. Wherever my mother walked, cobblestones began singing and streetlights would start dancing. I've inherited that gift. I don't think you'll ever be able to comprehend it. I forgive you, but laughing at what you don't understand is the sign of a cowardly mind. Fraud can and should be laughed at. Laughter is the most dangerous weapon. It's no wonder that all you've managed to accomplish in all these days is in town was antagonizing my family. And you didn't manage to understand a thing about Simon. I can feel warm traces of him still living in this house right now. And if you're unable to take that seriously, then Father and Uncle Gregory were right about you. Get out. No, wait. There is indeed plenty of mystery in the world. I believe there is some kind of reality behind your poetic words. Please help me understand it. Oh, never mind. It no longer matters anyway. What I'm doing is stupid, when you're doing even more so. Does the ever-growing apathy stifle you too? This is a local herb's influence, right? That's not my point, Daniel. There are traces of Uncle Simon in this house and the whole town, in the polyhedron, in the people, even in the street layouts. Great people don't die. They just scatter into myriad reflections. But we, his poor descendants, will never be able to put them back because tomorrow shall not come. The people locked in the town hall thought so too, but were broken out. We'll be suffocated by walls of reeking bodies. Shabnak will devour all out tomorrow. When you sleep tonight, the Apna demon will descend upon you, and you'll lie there, frozen, staring at the ceiling, forever. I don't know. I had a dream. I've seen every calendar in town stop at number 5. Tomorrow shall not come. Shall not come. Shabnak. This'll be a surprising confession, but as I was approaching this house, I think I saw her? Some sort of monster. Very close. You've seen a Shabnak? You and Daniel. A woman, or a monster. I didn't get a good look. Hard to see anything this plague-ridden hell. In this backwater of ours, the earth sometimes belches out the strangest creatures. I'm surprised you had enough clarity of mind to see her. If you're surprised, imagine how I feel. She wasn't there in my dreams. That doesn't mean anything. She doesn't like to enter my dreams. My dreams are of the higher realms. They strive upward. The clay spawn and rat brigands don't feel at home there. Prophetic dreams again. Suppose I can't complain now, though. Our dreams are not the same. I am a mistress. I can see the truth. Tomorrow shall not come. If only you'd acted differently. If you'd opened the hospital, taken charge of the emergency command, searched for answers, perhaps things could have been different. But you've missed your every chance, and so have I. So, what do we do now? Go to the still water. Say goodbye to Iba. Gaze up at the starry sky before you sleep. Write a letter. Get in touch with something you hold dear before the end. I hope to say goodbye to Uncle Simon. No, I will fight until the end. Although you know, and Daniel, this was in my dream too. I stood in this house, right here. Uncle Simon breathed behind the closed door, and I told you that tomorrow would not come. It was important to tell you that, for some reason. I can't shake the feeling that there's still some chance, some opportunity I overlooked. I must find it. Oh god, my mania is high. Let's lower that shit ASAP.
The cinematograph stops.
The air itself was hotter in her vicinity. The house refuses to talk to her. Maria, Simon's niece, the bastard. Maria calls them signs. I too used to stand in strange houses sipping wine on the town's firmament. Sticky! Orphan and Sneak. One of the children, Isidore Burra, surrounded himself within his final days. Perhaps that's why Sticky couldn't let go of his legacy. Or his heir. He got his nickname from his straw-like hair, and a habit of showing up at the first sign of adventure. There are dozens of such restless teenagers in town. I don't think this one is special.
Have you seen a pale, glimmering man walking around at night?
I have not. I love the faces in this game. They're so expressive. Like, Sticky still has the sulky, don't tell me what to do look about him. But I think I also see a little bit of, like, remorsefulness in his eyes with those expressions. Like, look at him. Oh. God, the facial animation of this game is so good. Ugh, you son of a barnacle. Lost the pin again. Maybe move it to the left. Hey, Sign, what you doing here? Go take a breather. I told you I'd call you a lot when I'm done. What did you call me? Sign? You must have taken me for someone else. Huh. You're no Sign, are you? Or a very new one, at least. Did Maria put a spell on you already? Do you want to follow her everywhere, doing whatever she tells you? If you do, then you're a Sign. Of course I don't. Me neither. Well, I thought I didn't. And she asked me to break into dead Master Burra's house, and I just ran here, skipping all the way. Isidore Burra is dead? What, are you born yesterday? Deader than dead can be. It's been days already. I seem to have the worst luck. That's the man who called me to this town. I miss him. He is one of the few children that I do not hate in this game. Yes, it's nice to have Sticky back. Don't just stand there. Shut the door for me, will you? Right here, near the hinge. You're heavy. It might just work. Does this door refuse to yield, little burglar? What do you think? I'm some dimwit? The front one took me 3 minutes, tops. The main study, though, that won't budge. Say as if they broke the lock especially so no one can open it, and block the door from the inside to boot. Ugh. Come on now, to the left. Oh, this again! Now I've broken my favorite pick, too. Is there something important inside that study? Of course there is. The clues. It was the murderer who closed it, I tell you. So no one can investigate anything. So Master Burra stays unavenged. It can't be a coincidence, all of this. If nothing else, Isidore was a doctor, and he dies right before the plague comes, and his study is locked. You know how it was? This house was open all the way until the funeral. Then the killer knew he had to lock it. Because they all understood it was at the funeral. Not everyone grows 4 new arms after death, you know. That's beast's claw, too. Only happens if you fought for your life, tooth and nail. Indeed. It may be possible to determine the cause of death by the body's appearance. But Isidore has been buried already, hasn't he? It's been 3 days. It's 3 days he's been in the ground. All over now. The killer, he was skulking here that very day. Seen him with my own 2 eyes. I did because I wasn't at the funeral like everyone else. Still couldn't track him down, though. Ugh. You've seen the murderer. Who was it? Did you recognize him? I'm not telling you. You don't care one bit about Master Burra. All these days, you're as cool as a cucumber that he's dead. That he's murdered. For you, Master Burra was just some old man who wrote you a letter to the capital about magical, mystical Simon. And he was the best of them all. If you want to see the person responsible for Isidore's death punished, you need to tell me everything you know to an adult. Me, for example. Or let's go for the less temperamental one. Hey, calm down. Why are you so fiery all of a sudden? I just want to help you, that's all. And who the heck are you? Walking around here all high and mighty like, and you did nothing. Bear, he came with you too, and they killed his father, and he was the one they accused of it. Imagine that. And 5 days after, look where you are, and look where Bear is. I'm not denying I wasted my time, but I'll try to make up for what was lost. I'll find Master Burra's killer on my own. Or with Bear, maybe. Because we cared for him, and you never did. You care about Simon Kane, don't you? Have you ever thought what he might be behind this stubborn door, eh? What would Simon be doing there, especially if he's dead? Master Bura, they buried him at least. Simon, they didn't. Someone stole him. You didn't know that, huh? No one did. The Canes thought they'd be able to keep it secret. Not from me, though. What if Simon's body is right here? I'll find it then, not you. If I can finally defeat this door, that is. You won't believe me, but I feel ashamed. Ashamed that even a child I don't know has something to accuse me of. Ugh. Yep, we can keep being a dick. Simon's body disappeared, so then I'm not the only one taking interest in his death then. Locked. I never stole, but I used to have a friend. He dabbled in dowsing. I think it was him who taught me that curiosity must be unashamed. Dicky always liked the Bura family. Yes, he was taught especially by Isidore. We cannot get in. Writing prescriptions and letters. Isidore Bura behind this door. Writing invitation to the town to death. Bachelor Denkoski. Let's see. Ah! Information about day 2. An echo of Simon is hidden in Isidore Bura's study. After burial, Isidore's body is inaccessible for examination. To exhume it brings to bring both the wrath of the entire kin and the town authorities upon myself. Today, the late Isidore Bura is being buried. I have a chance to examine his body. Young Sticky allegedly saw Isidore's killer returning to his victim's house. If only I could track him. If I believe these tales, why do I need Isidore's killer? If the authorities deal with him, I needed Isidore alive. Ah, and I can see the things that I learnt in this day that pertain to the other day. On day 2, someone barricaded Isidore's study. If only I came here in the morning. Alas, that day I found no time to visit my colleague, or did I come too late and run into a locked door? I see. Our last lead, then. We need to go to the square. And, out of the way of the plague. That means running back out. Here we go. Forward, then left, and head straight. Oh god. Go, 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 go. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. No, no, no. Ugh. I don't like that very much. Okay. We're gonna have to go through another infected district, and I'm almost out of charges. But there is apparently children I can trade with over here. We're getting a bit apathetic here. Let's take some tobacco. Do you happen to know if there'll be a funeral? There's a plague in the town. Funerals are held every day. They say Grief was killed. Terrible. He was the last decent person in this damned place. Did I hear correctly? Did you mean bad grief, as in Grigory Fillin? Provided food to families in our area, handed our bread for the children, and now he's gone, and without him, we'll surely starve. Sounds like grief. Okay.
Vibrant. Everything's so vibrant.
Oops. Swings.
I could use some quiet. You're too high strung.
How do I get there? Ah, I see. What do you want? Hello, any news? What's the word in town? Yes, I remember to use the bonfires, but I only have 3 matches left. And I'll be going to another infected district, so I want to make sure that I'm not left for dead. Have you been living under a rock? No one's saying anything. Everyone hides in corners like mice. Doesn't look like anyone's hiding. I used to go to Stabasson's pub. He was a decent guy, but poor on credit. But now he's dead, and the place is shut down. Drinking is bad for you, you know. Ah, more health. Hello. I've heard there's some humanitarian aid being distributed around here. Have you heard anything about it? Unfortunately, I don't know. I'm not sure anyone does that at all. This is a disaster. Grief was the last decent person in this cursed place. What does Grief have to do with this? Ah, so same thing. Let's see. Oh, hey, it's you. Oh, wait, no, just unnamed child. Hey, lanky guy. Was it your stuff our guys purpled the other day? I prefer not to be reminded of that incident. Gee, don't get all jittery. It was a test to see if you're a good one or a bad one. A bad one would have run to the grown-ups to complain. You were alright, though. Didn't lose your cool. Traded it all back in a whiz. That's the kind of thing we respect. Thanks, I guess. So I'll make it brief. We've convened the Children's Council and decided to accept you into our... what's the word? Commodity exchange. But you can't play our games. We're not showing you the invisible cat either. But trading this and that and whatnot, anytime. So what do you sell besides stolen mechanical devices? Dirt cakes? Twigs? The Children's Council can change its mind, you know. Where are you gonna get a hangover pill then? Or stinky feet cream, or bits of colored glass? Our range of commodities is dizzying. Occasionally, though, someone even brings a schmouder to trade, if they're dumb enough. Thanks, I'll keep it in mind. So anyway, we hang out near tall places, ones you see from afar, like this place right here. If a giraffe was wandering around here, we'd be hiding under it, but our winters are too cold for a giraffe. And another thing, we don't need your little clinking things. Save them for beggars. They're worthless now. Bring us good, sound commodities. Beetles and butterflies. They're nuts too. So tree leaves don't fetch a good price from the kids' market anymore. Well, I have the title for my memoir's next chapter now. That time I traded crickets for morphine on a crumbling stairway. And yeah, Schmouders are still here, though I wonder what you still have. Recipe for bromide. Recipe for strike. Matches. Colored glass. Tobacco. Camel. Hydroskymine. Bullet. Nutshell. Let's see. 16. What can I get for 16? 2 matches. I need more of that. Oh, tobacco's cheap. The recipes could be useful. Colored glass. When you look through them, the world shatters into a kaleidoscope of smaller worlds, and you see what you usually don't notice. It should only be done when there are secrets not yet found, as noted in the corner of the map. Actually, I'm out of stuff to increase my empathy, so let's get the recipe for bromide. And I don't need tobacco. There we go. Fair trade. I remember Schmalder is the thing used to save the person from the plague in Pathologic 2, right? Yes. It is a complete cure. Most valuable item in the game. Okay, we got some extra matches. Now, we need to go. Time's a-wasting. This is the fastest way. If I slip through the archway without deviating from the rest of the route, the rest of the journey will pass without incident. If I can turn into another archway, then I'll have to create a new route. I'll have to pass again through the dangerous districts myself. 7. Okay, we're good. Lake districts are much scarier now, with death roaming around. In the previous game, they were always dangerous, but once you got good protective gear, you could do supply runs pretty regularly into some of the houses. Here, it's a bit more nerve-wracking being chased by a manifestation of death that looks like a crowing gargoyle made out of burnt wood. Oh, they redid the polyhedron from the second game. It's more detailed now. Looks like a really esoteric invention from Leonardo da Vinci. Cool.
Never alone. Things everywhere.
Now then. Ah, the Khans. People with animal heads. Minotaurs. So I know for the chthonic creatures, like all children. A crown prince. Kids like him dissect frogs out of curiosity or cruelty. Khan. Casper Khan. The Kane heir plotted his own course along the path of his family. His followers were called Dogheads. They wore beast-faced masks and lived in the polyhedron. In this way, they claimed to renounce their animal nature and embrace a world of pure fantasy. They obeyed Khan blindly, hence his nickname. But Khan himself still retained the ability to doubt. Interesting picture of him with a rifle in one hand with a butterfly on the other.
You'll just fail.
Well, thanks for the vote of confidence, you little shit. With all due respect, you just keep visiting at the wrong times. I thought this was Victor Kane's study. It is. What, you don't think it looks right? Why are you sitting on the desk? It's comfy. Try it out. Most people don't talk about it, but desks are great for sitting. I'll pass, thanks. Do you know where I can find the desk's owner, by any chance? Ever since Mother died, he only ever goes to the Cape. To visit her. What did you want? I wanted to talk to him about Simon Kane. I can see you don't know our family very well. Remember, don't openly state your intentions in this house. It's dangerous. Uncle used to say the words of a Kane all have a trapdoor underneath, and usually more than one. Are you trying to say they're all liars? Uncle called it dialectics. You can swindle with the truth alone, you know. The world is a deck of cards, he used to say, and the most important ones are always up someone's sleeve. No argument there. Sounds like your uncle was a card sharp. Ha! A card sharp wants to steal from you. My uncle was the opposite. He didn't steal. He slipped jokers into people's hands. That made things more interesting. He liked enhancing a poor hand, giving the weak strength to see what they do with it. Using the past tense. We're talking about Simon, right? I no longer remember which of my uncles told me to play cards. It might have been Simon, or it might have been, Georgie. I was little then, like a baby tooth. They told me to slip jokers into my opponent's decks, and to play dead, too. And right now, are you trying to slip a joker into my deck by giving me hints about your family? I knew you were smart, and that you would guess it right away. Keep going like that and you'll have a run of luck. Remember, everyone here is a joker, and the cards are either marked or from a different deck. That's what Uncle used to say. I remember that. For now, I'll go look for your father. Into the Cape, then. Scary kid, yeah. The Kanes are a strange family. Perhaps Victor, the only reasonable member, would speak with me. Khan was always like a mini adult instead of a kid. In a decaying town, what an ugly thing. It's weird. Why does it make me so... Seriously? Just looking at this thing slightly raises my mania. Daniel, can you kindly pull your head out of your own ass and calm the fuck down? It's just a sculpture. It's not worth getting so worked up over. Hi, Simon. Oh, sorry, not Simon, Victor. Pragmatist. Younger brother of Simon and Georgie. If the Kanes are the shining mind of the town, then Victor is the hands that create the bricks for building castles in the air. All his life, he made sure the gears of fate in this unusual family turned in harmony with one another. Perhaps that's why he enjoys assembling clocks. It seems he's the only one who could rein in the impulses of Wild Nina, his late wife.
Simon Kane, Georgie Kane, and Victor.
Okay, his voice does not fit him. I liked his voice way better in the previous game. Yes, I found your brooch this morning. I remember when we stood on the pier and he dropped it. I jumped into the water to save it. How impudent I was. Please don't say that. You know what I... Who are you talking to, Victor? There's no one there. Oh, it's you. What are you doing here? Haven't you had enough? Are you here to argue some more or to beg forgiveness? If it's the latter, it's too late. It won't make a difference. You know why I came to this town. That's why I'm here to speak to you about. I do. The question is, do you yourself know why you came to this town? I have a growing suspicion that I've been lured here, on purpose. Oh, curious. What for? To destroy my laboratory in the capital. If you believe that, then you have an excessively high opinion of yourself and your research. So according to you, we're conspiring with whoever lured you here. Why would we do that? I have no idea. I don't know you, Victor. You, or your brother, Georgie. I don't know anyone in this town. You've been here for 5 days and visited us twice, and you still understand nothing. Georgie had high hopes for you, Dr. Dankovsky. He expected you to amaze him. You turned out to be ordinary. You're just stagnating. I wouldn't be stagnating if you were frank with me. You didn't talk in riddles. So you want us to do everything for you? You're a scientist, Dr. Dankovsky. Why this idleness of the mind? All I want is clarity instead of vague hints. You're Simon Kane's brother. Surely you know something about his phenomenon. Death is time. The time in your life, slipping through your fingers. To defeat it, you must tame time, or break it. Nothing new can be made without first breaking the old. That's what Simon used to say. Very poetic, but there's one problem with poetry. It's worthless. That's where you're wrong, Doctor. Must you consider poetry the opposite of formulae and calculations? Or formula and calculations? A formula is only worthwhile if it's beautiful, after all. Your current way of thinking doesn't allow for proper discussion. Come back when you understand, and you found a way to break time. I've heard you made all the clocks in town. Are you saying I should smash them?
There's no point. I've lost myself. In old town.
Why is my apathy rapidly going down? Apathy has reached its peak. The will to live fades. The last hope is to hang on to a thought. The hand reaches for the final bullet. I will stop if I gather my thoughts quickly. I need to figure out and press the thoughts that will bring you... We need to stop Daniel from ending it all. We need to stop him from shooting himself. The town will perish tomorrow. So says the romantically inclined prophetess. You planted Fanatica for the town. All threats of taunt. Maybe it's time to... No, Dankovsky, have the courage to fight. Don't. Ah, you... He shot himself in the mouth. Are you a spontaneous resurrectee? Have fallen curtain on the stage? Are you dead, Excellency? Are credits rolling across your body? What troubles you, Signo? Your day is over. I just shot myself. Why are we talking? You stand inside a mirrored chamber. Look, one glass in which you shot yourself. More still in which your life goes on. This place allows the man to choose among the possibilities. I don't understand. You're free to pick the one in which you shot yourself, and end your story there. Or you can choose to defy death and give it one more try. Your business in the living world remains unfinished, no? I was looking for Simon, but I failed. There's not enough of me for this. Let us say you did not shoot yourself. Too much left still to do, and not enough of you. Your goal will pull you back to life, a hook lodged in your cheek. If you depart too soon, who will be there to bear this burden? Who are you? Why can I see beings like you? Does it matter? Yes, for diegetic purposes. If only I can see you and I'm not mad, then what's special about me? Why are you following me, of all people? The question still is who is following whom. I never leave this place, and you are here, a first-time visitor. Your present fate remains unclear. Are you a body, lying, bleeding on the ground? Or are you still at the Stillwater, staring at a clock? What about the clock? Is it somehow special? The clock is as common as can be, but what you'll do with it is not. Just stand before it and watch the motions of its hands. How the hell does that work? It's as if I'm caught in the logic of a dream, but it all feels real. If it really is a dream, I'll be sorely disappointed. Does it matter? Yes, it does. I must understand the underlying mechanism. Am I in this town, or in a memory of it? It's like I'm everywhere at once. Both standing here, giving a statement at the Capitol, acting and recounting my actions at the same time. And now it seems I can leap across days. What should I make of that? You come out of the shadows by degrees, Signor. Indeed, it is as if you are at once both here and there. This thought of time is a mere lie and entraps your mind. In truth, you are as free as ever. At once you're here and in the capital, one foot on yesterday, another on tomorrow. So that's how it is. I ask for clarity, and I get smoke and mirrors. No smoke, but many mirrors. To free yourself, you have to break the glass. By the way, what's that moving picture there? Makes me uneasy. Camera Lumina, one of Simon's ruminations. For now, pay it no mind. You'll understand in time. You're right about that. My head is spinning ahead. And the minute hand keeps spinning with it. Break.
Who's staring at me through the looking glass? Once Dankovsky. Now, 1,000 fragments of Dankovsky.
Getting amalgam.
Camera obscura. Camera lumina.
The inspector. Now where am I? I need to find a mechanical clock to restart time. Sounds easy. It's easier than anything else I've done in this town. How did it go? Long voyages are long consumptions, and shift are carts for execution. Piano.
Tired of this noise.
Oh, hello. Mathematician. Looks exhausted. Yulia... Last name I'm not even going to try to pronounce right now. She came from the capital, with the Honorix, an organization that built the western part of this town. Many of the town's oddities can be attributed to them. Yulia immediately struck me as an intelligent, rational, and unhappy person. The first two usually lead to the third. Yes, playing the piano makes him manic.
Shall it rain? Shall it snow? Don't ask again. I don't know.
Look at her. Got a cigarette? Afraid not. Pity. There are no cigarettes left in town. There's almost nothing left, really. But I miss cigarettes especially. Are you a friend of Eva's? Forgive me, I'm still getting acquainted with the guests of this house. So you don't remember me? Well, I should have expected that. You're probably beset with new demands every minute. Forgive me, you're right. So much is piled up, and everyone wants something from me. I'm Yulia. Yulia, last name. 2 days ago you came to my house, the Trammel, and promised to put in a good word for me with the Canes. Make sure they don't exile me from the town. Ah, yes, of course I remember you, but I'm afraid I haven't had the chance to speak with the Canes yet, but I'll certainly get around to it. I see you're not in the mood, but I thought we had an agreement. I gave you a lead and you gave me your word. If I gave it, then I'll keep it. Coming to my house to remind me is entirely necessary. Well, as awkward as it sounds, it's nice to meet you again. Could you remind me what else we discussed during our last meeting? We talked about the Honorix. You're curious to meet one of them, and you found me. The Honorix. Isn't that the Town Association of Architects and Engineers? You can see the unhappy in her face? Yes, indeed you can. The Honorix, we're the ones the Canes once invited to design the town of their dreams. When you're young, passionate, and striving for a breakthrough, it's often hard to find the opportunity to realize your ambitious plans. The Canes gave us that opportunity. Did I detect a note of bitterness in your voice there? Rather, bitter irony. We were inspired, but years passed us by. Some fled from here. Others will never flee. They've been laid to rest in this earth. When I visit the Stillwater, I feel like I'm returning to the time of our hope. After all, it was also built by one of us. The best of us. This is hard for me to explain, but I keep feeling that the Stillwater somehow affects me. You've already noticed. The Stillwater has its name for a reason. It's quiet. It's subtle. Ask yourself how many rooms it has. The question is more interesting than it seems. The answer is either a joke, or a gift from the architect. You know, there are 1,000 reasons to admire Eva, but the main one is that she's capable of living here. Do you know her well? Everyone in the Onirict loved her. She was, for us, a tuning fork. The best, most sensitive audience. A canary in the mine. No university can teach us what she knows. Even if the town dies, with it and all our works, I'm happy that Eva saw them. To keep the town from dying, I must take my leave. But thank you for this conversation. Okay, we've learned quite a lot. Now to restart time. Oh, hello. Eva, canary in a cage. The Stillwater is a failed observatory converted into a guest house. One day, Eva Yan just moved in. She was never chased out because, according to the locals, the Stillwater changes people in strange ways. Someone must bear its attentions. When I arrived, they'd already arranged a room for me at the Stillwater. I saw Eva every day. She almost never went outside.
I'm overflowing with soul. I have enough to share.
Aww. What a nice lady. You're back. That's good. You'll sleep much more soundly in the Stillwater than in a prison cell. Simon had good reason to arrange for you to stay here. Good reason, you say? Tell me, this long case clock, how long has it been here? It's always been here. Simon used to joke that they built the Stillwater around it. When Farklet had started constructing the Stillwater, the clock was the first thing to be installed. But why do you ask? Is it ticking too loud? Disturbing your sleep? No, just curious where it came from. So, you say it was Simon who brought it here? I don't think he actually brought it here himself. It's quite heavy, but it was brought here at his request, yes. In fact, you're the first one to ask me about it. Most people just don't notice it. Every time I see you touch it, it feels like you can see something that I can't, as if you're being transported by it. Wait, have you seen me touching this clock already? You were living here for 5 days. Of course I have. Every single day. You stand in front of it and murmur something before you go to bed. If I didn't know what a skeptic you are, I would have thought you were performing a ritual. I'm just trying to figure out what kind of a place Stillwater is. Those who live in the Stillwater can get things muddled in their heads, but you shouldn't blame everything on the house. It's unusual, certainly, and built with specific intent. But in the end, it's only a building. You're right. I'm dead tired. I need to sleep. Sleep is death's little brother. Ah, truism. I'm merely quoting the great bachelor Dankovsky. Not one of my best. Don't go to bed while you're still thinking so much about the clock. You won't be able to fall asleep. May I take a closer look at the clock? I'll be careful, I promise. See the past. Amalgam is required to recall the past. Amalgam is needed both for the bachelor's past and the player's past. Loading a save requires payment. It can be obtained by smashing mirrors, and in a couple more ways. I see. So, Saving and loading is a canonical thing that Daniel can do now. Can I go back to day one? Oh, I'm talking to the inspector again.
Not again. Once more.
At it again, Doctor. I asked you not to bury me in trifles. Are you here to complain that children stole your microscope? Your arrival in this town doesn't interest me. I care only about what matters. By what matters, I take it you mean whatever would put me on trial? Or do you take me for your memorist, a close friend entrusted with your life from its very beginning? But on day one, something else happened, something that matters. It concerns Simon. Simon Kane is a curious figure indeed. Before our purposes, he's entirely secondary. By the time you arrived, he was already dead, as I understand it. That's the point. The Kanes are masters of mystification. They wanted everyone to believe Simon had died. Fairy tales about immortality again. These aren't fairy tales. You still can't grasp my central point, esteemed bachelor. You chased after some old man and turned your back on the fate of tens of thousands of people. That is where your guilt lies. And now you're repeating the same mistake. We're investigating the plague. The plague. The town. Only they matter, not Simon. Who gave you the right to decide what matters and what doesn't? A special commission did. Is Simon connected to the plague? He's not. Is her death connected? It's not. Until you can establish that connection for me, I don't want to hear about your white whale hunt. What I do wish is to hear about criminal negligence. I have not been negligent. Ah, so I can't immediately go back to the first day. I need to go through the previous days, get enough information to link back to it. And only then can I properly relive it to then change the future. I gotta say, I'm really liking what they've done with this game. I was worried when I heard that they got rid of some of the survival elements, because they were very compelling in the previous game, but this is definitely engaging in of itself. How Daniel is suffering a mental breakdown to being sent out to this town, trying to save it, but also is traversing through time and altering actions in the past, present, and future all at once. Whilst recounting this to, Inspector after everything has already been said and done, supposedly. It's like watching a play that you're performing in real time. They complete with prophecies and flashbacks. I will stop for now, but, well, if I can, it won't let me back out. I think I need to go to the second day. There we go. Oh, can I do that now? Talk.
Hubris. Even the word itself sounds unpleasant. One would think you might have picked a more becoming sin.
Oh, that is rich coming from you. Okay, let me go through this until I can save and quit. You've been going on about the second day. What are you implying exactly? According to our information, there was no plague in the town yet. There was nothing to research, besides the still water and its charming mistress. The plague didn't appear out of the blue. The outbreak struck on the third day. That means it was already brewing on the second. How can you be sure of that? In fact, there's a report in your own hand. The latent stage lasts 5 to 8 hours. The town was still clean on the second day. The report is correct about the latent stage, but the town wasn't clean. You cannot possibly know whether the town was clean on the second day or not. You hadn't opened the hospital yet. You understood nothing about the sand plague, and pardon my frankness, but I'm not interested in your hypotheses or speculations. I need hard facts. I did open the hospital on the third day. Why don't you tell me about that then? And we'll see if there's any merit to your musings about the genesis of the plague. The third day it is then.
it's fine by me. I'll manage somehow. But you keep lying to yourself.
I feel like Daniel has met his match in pompous, smug aura. You are, I beg your pardon, trying to deceive me time and again. Sure enough, it isn't in my power to bid you from lying. Error, human est. Oh, he even quotes Latin phrases. Like Daniel does. And one could also, shall we say, be mistaken with no ill intent. But as far as formal logic is concerned, you are constantly feeding me something that can only be described as falsehood. Everyone lies. You too are lying to me right now. What do we have next? Day 3, the crucial one? The day the town elites were to appoint the Health Inspector General, the person to lead the fight against the epidemic? You were absent. That's a lie. I took the full burden of responsibility. Do you admit that this whole thing with Simon Kane was nothing but an excuse? They wanted to shut down your lab, and you just shirked your responsibilities, scuttling away to the back of beyond of abandoning your brainchild for the first your junior colleagues to deal with. The captain was the first to desert the sinking ship. I will never admit to that, and putting such nonsense in my mouth is petty, I have to say. Oh, you're baring your teeth. How cute. Let's see I just suspend my disbelief for a moment. You claim you led the emergency command dealing with the epidemic. But what about a hospital? Why didn't you open a hospital in this town? I can only explain that as deliberate sabotage. I did open one. According to my information, there was no hospital building in the town. Here, take a look. Who are your mysterious informants? People. They see everything, Dankovsky. They also lie all the time. That was another discovery I made at the hospital, by the way. Beginning of the day. Okay, so the outbreak has already started. Grief is not dead yet, I don't think. Oh. Yeah, he dies on the 4th day. No mistakes. Oh. If I die with no amalgam, death will be final. It's crucial to always have some. Noted. Day 3 in which the bell tolls. Okay, quit game. Oh man. That is a very, very interesting game. Well, I think that's it for now. I'm gonna go get some food.